even said to me last Christmas, he was just like, Santa's not real. I was just like, wait, what?
Oh, wow.
I was like, how do you know that? He was just like, I thought about it in my mind. And he's like, I use common sense, my
Kelechi's son without telling me your Kelechi's son.
Let's have this discussion, because my daughter has known from day dot.
Really?
Day dot, and I just said to her, don't go to school and tell no one else.
Right. And that's exactly what I said. I said, so let's just keep that between us. He was like, I know Santa is not bringing me the presents. I know you are.
It's you.
Oh, wow.
And I was just like, fair enough, because I'd be spending that money. So
Thank you very much for acknowledging me. Do you know what got my nerves about that though? I remember like when my daughter must have said to my mum, oh yeah, Santa's not real. And my mum was like, you took it away from her.
Oh, she blamed
and I said to her,
you.
I said, excuse me, Carmen Brown. I called her by her government name. I said, listen,
Not the full name.
there was no Santa when I was growing up, yeah? When it was me and you, before all of them, there was no Santa. So don't come now telling me about, I took it away from her childhood experience, blah, blah, blah.
Because how people are with their grandchildren.
So think about
grandma's not a
Santa
grandma,
like that. So you thought I got up one day, I was like, by the way, Santa's not real. Wake up, Santa's not real. I don't think about that guy like that.
No, I got that rude awakening when I was in year 2. Like, you know, back in the day, you had to sit in the lunch hall and get called up for your food. I saw him getting changed in the staff room. And he was black. And I was like, when we read the book this morning, you don't look like that man. And then I can't lie, it was one of the, you know when you see something shocking and you have to keep it to yourself, and I'm like, am I the only one that knows this? That he was the black dude getting changed in the staff room. That memory always lives with me.
That's crazy.
You weren't the only one that realised that.
Like,
When they not saw Black Santa come out, they would have been like,
holding your tray. And I was just like,
I never thought Santa was real.
I can't remember.
Ever.
really?
No, I
I
never had that.
Oh, I can't
Like
remember.
the tooth
I
fairy.
actually wrote to Santa
Oh my
at
God.
the
Nana,
North
please.
Pole. Yes, you would do it through the post service.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
You got a message back.
Yeah.
I got
Oh,
it back,
wow.
and I stood by the window, literally on the upstairs,
Kidding me?
looking over Rowley Way, like, oh my God, I know I'm going to see him on his sleigh, and he's
wow.
going to give me. And I kept on reading the postcard, and it was a kid in school.
But then
I was
told
big,
you.
maybe year 4. I was
Oh,
too
shit.
old.
there were times,
Too old.
but there were times we didn't have many TV channels.
No.
did we?
Yeah, nothing
So-
true.
And TV channels.
I don't remember. I genuinely don't. I don't remember what.
I
when
never ever thought Santa
It
was
wasn't a
real.
thing in my house.
I mean, why are we glamorising breaking and entering? It's my
Yeah,
opinion.
yeah.
Because
And any random man coming in your
just
yard,
coming
just
through your
like-
chimney, just dropping in,
Yeah.
booty.
and that's all right. If I did that, you'd call the police.
He doesn't knock, he don't say please.
He does,
Right.
yeah,
He
he
comes.
He's just brandy
He
and your
makes a
snacks.
list. He's checking it twice. So he chooses all the people he's gonna rob.
Have any Christmas traditions? Despite wherever he was, it's something
Yeah.
you have to do every Christmas.
I need to get drunk at some stage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I'm vexed that I've got to
Yeah.
drive around. Yeah, man, it's Christmas.
Yeah, but I didn't drink last Christmas because I don't know if this goes saying, but I was in Eden on Christmas Eve and got completely tore up.
Yeah.
And then by the time I got home, I had like 2 hours left before I had to go cook the lamb and the mac and cheese to take to my mum's house.
Okay.
I can't like big up Eden. I had a great time. I had a great time, but I was so twist up. But then I have to always want to drink and get in the vibe.
Yeah.
I think that was like my first Christmas, not even wine. I drank. Listen, I had 7-Up. And then I slept after my food.
Okay. So you were
I want to go. I want to go. I haven't been yet. Everyone says it's such a good time. Who told me? Adeola? Is it Adeola Patron? She said it was.
I want to go.
Please, what is it? Please.
Eden is a shisha spot, which is really and truly a club.
Yeah.
It's local to here, not too far from here. And when you go there, it's just a vibe. It's like, it's not even like a sweatbox. It's just when you go there, everyone's just happy. Everyone's drinking, passing around shots, couple bottles.
I would take this
Black
glass
people have good vibes.
Eden.
Listen, you would believe.
We went to the R&B Christmas ball.
Where is that?
Who are you going to the R&B Christmas ball with?
With Tamika.
Do you know that we like R&B Christmas balls?
Yes.
Oh, hang on.
What's that R&B Christmas?
Which Christmas ball
So
is
you're
this?
going to the R&B...
Who's gonna be there?
Is it like Capital? One of them
Wait a
lot?
second. We like outside.
Go on, advertise,
Why
please.
are we not going to... Why are
who's
the
gonna be there?
aunties...
SWV, Keith Sweat.
I saw this
Wait, so
advertised.
hold on.
Brown.
The thing that I said that we should go to and we should see if we can get
No,
tickets
I
for
said
Deception.
that thing.
No, I did
Not
say
deception.
that we always do the exchange for. I don't want to say.
Yeah.
That thing.
I've said that though. I
Yeah.
did say that.
That thing that
And I
Joe
did-
Missy dropped out
And hold
of.
on, you know that I always ask all the time.
Did you ask for us?
Yes, of course
Or
I
did I say no?
Telling lies. How are we going to know?
You know.
Show your mom,
my loving baby.
I got me twisted, girl, you got
still over here. I got what you need, baby.
So what you wanna do?
Big tune. I hear it.
Tradition, yeah, Christmas traditions, guys. Christmas traditions. Anything else?
I just write a letter to myself every New Year's Eve. That's that. Every year. A letter to myself, whatever the hell they call it.
Okay.
It's online, and so every year I just write a letter to myself what I'm hoping for the next year or what.
Nice.
It's always fun to read it back.
Yeah,
You made me think going to church because I haven't been out for New Year's in many years, probably since I was like, I think the last time I went out I was probably like 19 or 20, so that's ages ago.
Yeah.
Like, I must go to church.
Midnight mass.
I need to be in
Do
church.
you go raving
I like
afterwards?
midnight mass.
No, I go home.
Oh, that's really good.
Literally, I've been out, no, I will really go home. I don't mind.
I would
Because these
go to
days, by 11:30, oh my God, if I'm not in bed, I'm yawning, my eyes are red.
I hear it.
Apart from when I go eating. But yeah, like, I have to go to church.
What? I definitely don't go to church because I'm a heathen.
Don't tell lies.
She's not. I don't. Oh, I am.
I don't want Father Ab to strike you down.
Okay, you're not, and Farrah's a very good influence on me. What do I do? Recently, I stay in. Well, we tend to go out, but I've been staying in. But my tradition for Christmas, me and my mum always make shito. That's a Ghanaian pepper spice. We always do that now. That's our tradition to do that. So we're looking to do that on, I think, Monday. We're going to do the shito. It takes all day. It's going to be a long day.
Don't forget my mum.
And then what else are we going to do? What is the tradition? Like we tend to do our presents first thing in the morning.
Okay.
So on that day that
Christmas
you're
morning.
making cake and you're also making shito, so just pack mine to the side and I'll come and
Listen, I
cook.
can't like,
See, your mum likes me.
I'm a
We met each other the other day to just sort my thing out.
Wait.
shito's like my favourite thing ever.
Remember,
Like,
I need the cake and my mother needs the shito.
Okay.
Okay.
And you see what's happening
And
here?
you have a list.
And you know this.
You have it twice.
You have a
Real,
list.
you do.
And you know this.
Oh, you said that so goddamn by the way.
Let's get gone in. Like I'm scared.
You like transported me to Accra.
I was just like, what was that?
I can say her name good when I'm
She
ready.
says my name.
Yeah, when I want something. Otherwise, she's just a quail.
That New Year's Eve tradition, definitely. Even if I'm out, like, so New Year's Day, I have to write out what's going to happen in the year. Like, I have to set my intention. But if I'm home for New Year's Eve, throughout the night, I will lament on it. Like, I will meditate over it. I will write it all out. What's going to happen month by month. How I'm going to feel each month as I'm growing into it. And honestly, this year, a lot of stuff, it hasn't been everything, but so much has happened.
Yeah.
I love that.
That I put out there, like, this is how especially with the pod, the pod's gonna grow this way. It has happened.
I'm going to try that this year.
I
I'm
do
not good at
write
that.
stuff down, but I don't do month by month.
Yeah,
I will
Mine's
just
just a
say,
vibe.
like, I set my intention.
Rewrite.
Like things that I kind of want to achieve.
Yeah.
Or like even things that I want to be better at.
Yeah.
You know,
Yep.
like I want to be more attentive to my kids, stuff like that. Like, I want to be
Can you add
more
me
patient.
into your list?
What?
Be more attentive to me.
But I think, but do you know what? Like, you see, Nana, you're just talking about the podcast, but like, for your aunties could never, you guys have just
Skyrocketed.
like, it's mad.
The
Like,
energy
even
just
when
went up.
I have to remind myself, like, even when I'm scrolling through, because sometimes on the algorithms, like, things I've already liked will come back, and I will just automatically, I'm like, I will double tap again, but I'm like, I've already liked it. Like, just your growth has been this year is phenomenal. Like, it's crazy. From the first time I met you guys to now, it's been
Congratulations,
crazy. So I'm really happy for you guys, and I can't wait for the next live show because we were talking about that before we started recording.
Exactly.
So yeah, like I can't wait.
And the last one,
Do you know what?
So, welcome to your Aunties Could Never Christmas Recap End of Year Show. I'm Auntie AK and I'm here with...
I'm Farrah, your resident Caribbean queen.
I am Nana, aka the Black Fairy, aka Dark and Lovely.
We are one auntie down. So, in honour of Auntie Sade, all things sugar and shade. She couldn't be with us today, but she's in our hearts. Merry Christmas from her. But also, we have in the house two of our faves. We thought, let's see the year out with some of our faves, and they blessed us with their kind souls and their beautiful spirits and their gorgeous faces. We have Ms. Kelechi. And we have Farrah So Nicky. Take it away, Farrah.
was just going to say, like, thank you guys for coming on. Like, seriously, though, because we just absolutely love the two of you. And we couldn't think of anybody better to end our year with. Like, no, and I say that because the support that you two offer us is just...
Thank you.
It's felt. It is really, I'm going to get emotional, but it is really, but it's really heartfelt. Like, from the very beginning, when we were doing nothing, when we were in boxes, you come on, you know what I mean? Like,
we were in boxes.
We were in boxes. Like, you lot have really supported us. You don't ask for anything back. You're just amazing and you're real. And
I'm going to be asking for things back, don't worry.
Just know.
Honestly, because that first time, we was... Maybe it was a year and a bit when you first came on, and you was away as well. You was in a hotel or something.
Yeah.
We were so gassed that you even said yes.
Yeah,
because that was like a, you know, when you just throw a fish in it.
Yeah.
She may say no. She don't know none of us. She may say no, but when you said yes, that gave us something. It actually spurred us on. Like, you know, we got something.
It's sick.
So it means a lot. Yes. Because, you know, if you said no, then it would have been like, oh my God, we got to work. But it gave us a little perk up.
So you're like your sister, you're a baby girl, you're like, it's lovely. And we appreciate it.
We love you so much.
Listen,
thank you guys. I love you guys.
I don't think you lot understand.
You don't understand.
And I'll just say this as well. Whenever you lot put out shit, I'm gassed. I'm like,
No, but I do see all of you, like, even when I post stuff, not even the Your Aunties Could Never page, is all of you individually. Even Shade, I know Auntie Shade's not here, but like literally everyone individually. And I notice those things. I'm like, oh guys, like, you know,
so supportive.
You keep us informed and you keep us entertained. What the fuck is this, man? What the hell, man? Thank you, man. Guys.
Just always taking the words that are in my head and just...
and so succinctly and neatly reading everyone for filth.
Right.
That's what they need.
Whilst we're on this high, make sure, don't get gassed and think you forgot your job. You've got tasks to do. First of all, you need to...
Book the like button, 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 book the like button.
You gotta do that.
Book it now. Also, you must subscribe to our YouTube membership. It costs a little bit. How much does it cost, guys?
Just $1.99.
It's just $1.99.
Cheaper than a bag of chips.
All right, darling.
It's cheaper than iCloud storage, you know. You know, Apple be taking that every minute you get notification. They've taken $2.99. I don't even know what it was for.
They're taking the money for anymore. I just see $2.99.
They just keep taking the money.
$4.99. I'm like, what?
Every minute.
Lying. I don't know what I'm paying for.
Apple bill.
I don't know what I'm paying for.
Apple are forever taking money from me. At the moment now, mine's $5.99. Why is it $5.99?
I don't even have Apple. I have Google, but what I realise is there's about 2 payments that come out for Google a month, and I'm like, why is there 2?
What is that?
What's that for?
Why?
I don't get it.
But y'all get the
cheaper
drift.
than that, imagine.
Exactly. And you get extra content every month.
Extra content, extra aunties, you know.
You get mad things out of us.
Also, guys, we are on a podcast platform. When you listen to us on Apple or Spotify, if you prefer to listen to the aunties, guys, you must leave comments. And we only accept... No, Sade.
5 stars!
5 stars only. Only 5 stars.
And if it's not 5 stars, return
Can I have lightning?
No.
There is
like an Hollywood film.
Yes!
The sunshine.
Please.
There's going to be so much editing for this episode. You are absolutely not getting lightning.
Guys, put it in the comments that we want lightning for Christmas.
No lightning.
Please.
Actually, the lightning for Christmas.
God almighty.
Guys, I've got a new iPad and I don't know how to use it. It's literally been an auntie.
While she's faffing about.
No, there's pictures.
I also would like you guys to acknowledge the level of editing that I'm doing. Like, I've been adding in more visuals.
Wait. Let me talk about it. Don't big your own self up.
Okay,
Let me give you some thanks and praise.
Yeah.
But real talk though.
Yeah, well done.
Nana has been in her editing bag. If you have noticed the levels of Excel that we have excelled, we're up here now. We were down here. We are up here now.
Like, not down there.
No.
We're never down there.
I literally.
We're not down
We're not down
there.
there. But I literally, when I watch it, I'm like, Nana. Fire face! Good work! The content coming in, cut to the clips. It's great.
But well done, Nana.
But well done to you. You've really been doing your thing.
Behind the scenes, let's big up Mr. Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Guys, all I can see is his hands. He's just working. That guy, I can't see, don't get.
And that's the other thing. If you have noticed in the last, I can't remember how many months, like the level that have stepped up in the quality of division mixing.
When we talk, it goes to Farrah, it goes to me, it goes to Nana.
Yeah. That's why we can do things like
199.
It's phenomenal because also that helps with the editing.
Yes.
And you know what? The other thing, because I've been learning about microfacial expressions that people do. Obi is a don at this.
Donna.
When we're talking, he flicks to somebody and they made him a little thing and he catches all of it. I'm literally like,
no, he does. Sometimes when I'm watching, I'm telling you, I noticed that I might not be saying something, but he's flicked it to me and it's because my face is like that.
Yes.
Why are you watching people don't know?
Enemy of progress has been a thing. Right, we've been protecting you. We've been helping you decipher and navigate the murky, dirty world of enemies, and we've been bringing them to you so you know what going out in them streets, and we're protecting you as the aunties that protect you from the enemies. We're gonna run them down so you know.
Yeah.
25. Don't bring them with you. Right, starting off.
come off.
Who do you want to start with? I have messed up this document so much.
Okay, all right. I will start because what has happened is I have become the person that brings the Black British content creators that are disgraces to the...
okay.
I have been the one that has brought them forward.
She does.
So there's a list of them, and we can wax lyrical on the list, okay? Starting off the list, I started with LANI Good because of UK Badders.
Boy.
Remember, there was UK Badders Girls, and then it went on to UK Badders Boys, and it was a TUMELO version of what is on Zoom.
My days.
Yes.
Coming in hot.
Or Tubi.
What is UK Badders?
It's like, bro, I don't want to talk no more. Come and run up. Simple as.
What's poppin'? My name is LANI Good and welcome to Baddest UK, the Correctional Retreat, Season 1.
Baby! You're not rated, buddy! You're not sleeping tonight, you know! Daddy, you're not sleeping tomorrow! Suck your mouth!
This girl's just come here and she's going on like this already. No, this is mad. First of all, what did I get myself into?
How's she gonna kidnap a 22-year-old that's making more money than her? Baby, you can earn money! Where's your car? Get her money! You're broke!
To people like me, if you're gonna sit in my face and have a conversation, state your facts and be truthful. If you spoke about me, just say you spoke about me and black cloud done. Who don't chat who?
You ain't moved. You haven't moved from where you were.
Oh shit!
Yeah, basically.
Kind of like Bad Girls Club.
Basically, but the TUMELO version because it's British and they're not that. It's not spicy.
Is it Tiffany or Temu? Sorry.
I don't know. Which
We're
one
not
they
doing
are.
Primark.
Primark,
doing that.
but it's not great. So LANI made herself there, and then we had TUMELO, the UK Thanos, and her nonsense online on
What did she do
TikTok,
again?
and then you know, like she came along and she was talking about
People
she
doing their
slept
bum
with
bum.
this
Yeah.
dude, and then she had that interview with Mehdi.
And she
she
Her
was very...
sense of humour, come on. Her comedic timing is, I mean, I know she is funny.
I haven't done much. I haven't released anything.
Fair enough. So you're a nice person.
I actually am a nice person.
Oh.
I'm just.
I mean, this conversation would beg to differ, but
But it's because you're not a nice person.
I'm an amazing person.
Not to me.
What did I say to you that wasn't nice?
You're just quite judgmental.
I didn't say anything judgmental. I
You have
asked you a question.
underlying hatred.
What am I hating on?
The fact that I still have youth.
TUMELO, it was lovely.
You're wearing Clarks.
These are not Clarks, darling. Check your
What are
facts.
they? What are they?
What are you wearing? Can we go through? Let's do a fit check with you.
Okay, Pretty Little Thing. Pretty Little Thing. I think it's a Shein.
That says it all.
That says it all. What? Do you want to buy me a new outfit?
No, I don't, darling.
What are 18-year-olds supposed to wear? You don't know about Shein. And your buckle's undone on your shoes.
TUMELO, it was lovely. Well, it was interesting having you here on Off the Record. I wish you all the best in your career. Hopefully it works out the same way it did for Cardi B. If not, take care. Guys, it has been me, Midday Oni, the one and only, and this has been Off the Record.
Don't sign off as if it's your show because you needed me here. It's been TUMELO from Bristol. TUMELO from Bristol. Let me look at all cameras. Thank you. Off the Record. You can cut, by the way. She has nothing further to say.
Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for joining us. You're not about to edit this out. It's been the TUMELO show. Had I not been here, you would have had fuck all to speak about. So thank you. You can cut here because I'm just going to keep interrupting you. You might as well do this in your own time.
Oh, Jesus is good. And I thank God for growth. I don't know what to say here because do I give it back? I don't know what's going on here, guys.
Keep your career, sis. At least you have one.
Yeah, at least I have one. Thank you. That is very true.
At 31, I'd expect that.
Yeah. Hopefully, and by the time you're 31, you would have grown out of part-time prostitution as well.
No, your mom's still one.
She's definitely not.
You find her funny?
I like her comedic timing. You know, like there are some people that I see, right? She's very young, isn't she?
Yeah.
She's extremely young.
Yeah.
And also that interview, the AKUA that was interviewing her should have thought, nah.
What happened?
Nah, you shouldn't. Like, come
the
on.
question was, who was the enemy? Was it TUMELO or was it Midday?
No, the thing is, everybody was mad. And sometimes it's okay for everybody to be mad, but the thing is, at a particular age, you can't match madness with madness. You really shouldn't be. That's my thing. No disrespect to the person, but I have called her AKUA. But I just think that there was something really mean about how she was coming back at TUMELO that I didn't like. I would have rather just ended the interview rather than
and then coming back again.
Rather than going back and forth with her. And also, if you are going to have someone on your show, I don't care how you feel about it, there has to be a level of impartiality. The questions, the line of questioning was loaded. That's not how you do an interview. And that's coming from a seasoned podcaster. I would not, no matter how much I dislike the person, I would try and frame my questions in a particular way. So now you're talking to this girl that's Aggie anyway. And so, of course, she's clocking how she's been spoken to. She can't articulate why it's getting her annoyed. So she's going to come at you mad as well. So everybody was mad in that situation. But the person who's younger, I can't really hold them as accountable as the person who was slightly older.
To be fair, that's how I wasn't in for that episode. And I think that's where I was coming from.
And so when I see her on socials, I don't know, there's something about it where I just feel that if she had the right guidance, she'd be so sick because she's very personable. Upon all the nonsense that she says online, I look at some of her stats and I'm like, bloody hell. So if that's the people that you can attract when you're talking crap, what can you do with that if you flipped the energy? And you got the right guidance.
I hear that.
But maybe because of how I consume social media and whatever the case may be, I'm always looking at, okay, what makes this work? And her comedic timing is just phenomenal.
Oh, no, because I was going to say, that explanation is on point, so clear. But I do want to stick up for Midday because I do love Midday.
No, we love Midday.
I do love Midday. And then even when I saw that interview, I was just like, what the hell is going on? I had to send Midday a little message like, are you okay? Because the internet is roaring and roaring at you. So, but the thing is, like, just knowing Midday a little bit, like getting to know her over the past year and even working with her as well, I'm just like, I know she felt away. But then
she did.
And obviously, and that's just me, because for the masses, nobody knows either of them. And then that interview, people are getting to know both of them at the same time. So I did have to send a little message like, bruh, are you good? Like, you okay? But then I do understand what Kelechi's saying, but it was like, I'm just thinking, what would I have done? I can't lie, I would have been like, I'm not doing this.
I'll just leave it. I'll just leave it because them young ones, their mouth is slick. Their mouth is slick, and I just can't.
Listen.
They don't listen.
They don't listen.
So
it was when she said,
"You're old."
She said it's when she said when you were 18 and you were getting fucked by the bins.
Behind the bike shed.
Wait, that's what she said to.
That's what she said to her.
Midday.
You were getting fucked by the bins.
But was that accurate?
Oh, hell no.
No, I mean, I just asked it. Mete was like, she said, I don't know. Oh my God.
Would they have intel on each
No,
other?
someone says,
No.
You know, like when you're sparring with someone, when someone says, but your dad lives in a gun.
Shut your mouth.
No, I don't want Midday or whoever. I don't want her to think that I'm being mean to her. I don't know either of them. So to me, it was just me watching it impartially. I don't know.
She's a lovely lady.
Okay.
But before I met her and before when I first saw it, I did think you lost control of that, and you should have because you're the older woman. But I understand it. Blindsided. Someone talks about you got fucked by the twins. What are you mad? We're talking about respect here. I'm your grown senior, and you're talking to me like anyhow like that because there was judgment. Unfortunately, there was judgment, and you can't, as you said, you can't come in as a presenter, as a host. You can't come in with judgment. You have to be neutral unless it's clear what you're in. You know what you're coming for, but you can't play the sides. You have to be like, let this person tell their story. And then I think the minute she felt like she was being judged and slut-shamed, it was off.
And that's it. And to me, when it all comes down to it, what? All of this over sucking cock? Like, let's be serious. Like, who has not? Who amongst us has not? Right. Like, and to me, it just... of all the things I'm going to judge someone over, I just don't have the time.
I finished judging that.
We listen and we don't judge.
I'll judge sometimes.
I brought in a couple of times Miss R Fabulous.
Oh shit!
Fuck's sake.
Renee came for us.
No, she came for us.
Expeditiously.
She did that.
We've been blessed.
Yeah.
We spoke about her. We spoke about her for. I'm even scared now. We spoke about her for 90 seconds.
Yeah.
90 seconds. This girl did was it 2 hours?
Burying us.
She was on live for a while and she kept on coming back to the...
My daughter was like, Mummy, Mum, you're going like Miss R Fabulous, and she was like, everyone was like, your mum's been gunned by Miss... But actually, she liked me because I didn't... Because I was like... I actually didn't mind what she did. I thought she was funny.
She said there was 5 of us. Like, there wasn't 5 of us.
She saw an extra person.
And then apparently I'm mixed race. Apparently.
Oh, wow.
You know what I'm saying?
She's a biracial.
She went in for so long. Why I brought her to the Enemy of Progress table was she was there talking about like, do I have a dick?
Because people look at saying that she looked like a man.
I was like, I didn't find it funny. Some people found it funny. I didn't find it funny. I was like, Renee, you have just started a whole new business. Focus on your business because you're doing really well. At that point, her business was like fertility stuff, like natural fertility drugs.
Okay.
And she was really going on like I'm a businesswoman now. So I was like, I really was rooting for her. And then she did this skit of like, suck my dick. And it was like, bro, you're a businesswoman.
Because people were coming for her, because she is out there being rowdy. And she presents herself anyhow. She's not bothered by whether makeup's on, makeup's off. She just presents herself in any which way, shape or form. So people are used to her being off key. And then she did this thing like, if you think I'm a man, and she started acting like, yeah, I've got a dick. It was a silly little skit. Yeah. But I understood the comeback because people are getting on her nerves. Yeah. So she did this skit. I thought it was funny, so that's why she's my friend.
Yeah, that's why she liked you. I was like, no.
I said it was funny.
Yeah. What does it mean to be a businesswoman is the thing.
But then she came back.
Yeah.
Tell us what happened.
She came back and she went on a live and she gunned us royally.
Yeah.
Like, so I was the one that did it, and you did it as well. She was like, your makeup doesn't match to me.
Okay.
Sade literally was like, I am not involved. When
She
it
knew.
was from the
She
dot,
knew.
She
was
said,
like, I
I'm
ain't
not
talking.
involved in
She
talking
said
about Miss
nothing.
R Fabulous. She said nothing for the whole segment. It was 90 seconds for real.
It was 90
I said
seconds.
why she's the enemy. Farrah said, yeah, she annoys me sometimes, but I wish her well.
Yeah.
And we moved on.
Yeah.
She went on a rampage. You don't know how to do your makeup. And to be fair, I had just got back from Ghana, and yes, the makeup that I had, because I had a tan.
First of all, we're even going a bit too far.
Yes, it was off colour because I had a tan. But then Sade, who said nothing, she went in on her gap.
Oh, that's not fair.
She said nothing. She said we all had bucket fannies.
Yeah, she said we need to go pick up our kids, call our kids around.
You know what? I'm never going to say what I'm going to say.
That's not a cuss for me because I'm picking up my youth. Like this.
In fact, you're right.
Correct.
That's what I'm going to do.
She
went around the houses.
I never saw this.
Yeah.
So
My
it
sister
hurt her
sent it to
feelings
me.
then.
No, TikTok took it off because they said it was abuse.
To you lot, about you lot.
Yeah. Poor aunties.
Yeah, they
Imagine.
were like, oh no, but you can't
Minding
have
our
that.
own business. Well, not really.
Not really, but kinda.
But then again, it's the nature of these things, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's the nature of. But what I'm saying is that I'm like, so what? As a businesswoman, what should she be doing? What do we have in our minds as the archetype of a businesswoman?
Ask Nana. She brought it to the plate.
Right? You know what? I thoroughly support Renee. Like, I really do. And when she was struggling at one time, I sent her money. Like, I follow her posts.
How do you feel, Miss R?
I really want this
Money that I could have got in the shade of foundation. I should have used that game.
I'm so dead. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
I'm glad you came.
I want her to win. And so I was like, I thought she had stepped into a new phase where she wasn't going to do stupidness. I'm projecting. I just wanted her to be like a businesswoman.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing.
But she's still funny. She is funny. I
don't know who this is. I don't know who this is whatsoever. But I do feel like I can resonate with you. Everyone knows that if I feel something, I'm going to say something about it. And it's taken years to be able to kind of temper that and say, find different ways to get my point across, And I can imagine what it feels like for people to come at you about something that you're clearly sensitive about, because it's horrible when you're online and people keep referring to you as a man or insinuating, misgendering you. It's horrid. And so, if you're trying to think of a way to clap back, as it were, you do something that to you is you sticking up for yourself, and then somebody's like, you shouldn't have done it that way because it's you're a businesswoman. I can see how that would set her off even more, just because I likely have a similar behavioral pattern. But I get it, because once she said that you talked for 90 seconds, she talked for 2 hours. I said, that sounds like me. I will take my time and I'll run everybody. I don't care. I don't care if you want to fucking turn. I'm gonna cuss everybody.
She even ran the fifth person that wasn't there.
She was literally like, there's 5 of these girls. It was like, there was 4 of them. We had no guests.
I usually skip past her content because every time I come across her content, there's always some sort of rant or something. And then I feel like with her, I've witnessed a rise and a fall, and she's at her fall. But then I guess she's rising again because I think she's having a baby. She's having a baby. So I do wish her well with that. Like, just with even random people I see on the street, I'm thinking, oh, you're cute, you're pregnant, okay, congrats, whatever. But then that's what I've witnessed, a rise and a fall, and I'm like, hon, get back up, get yourself back together, because I'm always seeing clips of TikTok lives, but then I'm not taking it what she's saying because I just find it a bit much. So I just scroll.
But I think that is mostly her
That's
content.
not the person that goes, I look like this because I'm chugging.
Yes. Yes, we're so fabulous.
I never know the name of the person. I just see the clip.
But her whole thing is to go online and like cuss.
She does her
She was at the hospital the other day.
I truly am. I really do feel like she's like a niece, like my problematic niece. And I just want so much for her. I don't know why. Like,
but that's
really
and it's so funny. Now I know who you're talking about. I'm like, of course I've seen her. And again, when her content comes up from time to time, I will watch it because again, I find her funny. I think that
she is
maybe
funny.
It's my Aries rising, whatever it is. But when I see the girls that people find problematic, there's something endearing about them. I don't know, what is it, P.E. Pablo that says, bad is when you're capable of beating the baddest. No, I'm just saying.
Freaking me.
I say Kelechi or Fumilayo. It's the biggest flop.
That's why it's banging. Where's AKUA, Kelechi, Farrah, Nana, Nicky?
I'm flipping this. I'm tagging him.
Get the names right. Get the names right.
Make it vibrate. Person that I brought to Enemy of progress. Consistently, I think she made it 3 times, was Lin May.
Fuck that.
Okay. Monk face.
Okay.
She said something this week.
Same energy.
Yeah. I always
because
said in this space I'll be nice to my peers because I'm also still growing in this field. So respectfully,
It's a no.
It's a no.
God, just mind your business. You don't always have to dissect everything. We don't always have to dissect.
And if you're going to dissect it, don't use a spoon. Yeah? Like use something surgical that's sharp. Use incisive critique. Use sense. Keisha.
Okay.
Yeah?
Use a sharp one.
Let's use your government.
That's it.
Keisha.
Yeah, do you know what?
Oh,
I just
Keisha.
Keisha because that read that you read.
And I'll read her, and that's why she should never tag. She should never
Was that 2023?
Yeah, it was last year. Last year.
Because we did a full.
We did.
The way I listened to that podcast maybe 3 times.
It was wonderful.
It was amazing. It was amazing.
Our house that was playing. It was phenomenal.
Perfect.
No, it needed to be done, and this is see what I'm saying. I'll mind my business. My energy, my vim is for government systems, that sort of thing. I don't really come at people anymore. So for the fact that she could then talk in a way that meant that other ridiculous page then went and tried to post a picture of my son. So we were all on Unapologetic, the Channel 4 show, and she was on as a guest, whatever. And we were talking about should British schools keep Black History Month? Should this be done? And because she wants to be this contrarian, she was arguing differently. And I could see it's again when people don't really have a platform like that, and they know that they're going to be in proximity to me. It's like, oh, it's your time to start shining. Don't. I will take out your star. I will take out your star, like right out of the like. Don't.
She said it.
So then to see that she was then, I think because she still thought it was a joke because I was like keeping back. She was saying some things, and then one of their idiotic platforms picked it up, and it was like, yeah, oh my God, you know, I'm surprised to know that Kelechi has a mixed race child, and and everybody knows that. Don't mention my child. You don't see my child online. Don't ever make mention of my child. Don't make mention of my family. I come online to deliver my views, and I go about my business, and I deliver my views in a balanced way as well. It's very clear when you look at me, I don't bring my personal life into what you man are doing. It's very clear. So for someone that stupid because she thinks that it's show business, we can all say, I will find you and I'll rip your throat out of your neck. Don't ever. And so she's lucky that the only shot I took, because I'm meant to be blessed and highly favoured, and I'm doing up love and light now, but I will light your clot up. And what I chose to do instead was just to record a podcast and talk to her mother instead.
Pause.
Right.
So Kendrick got it from you.
She did Kendrick. Kendrick took it from Kelechi. He did. It's 100%.
Kendrick.
Because you know Kendrick's got his ear to the ground.
I said, dear Keisha's mum. Keisha's mum's Instagram page.
So why she goes on Lin May? Sorry.
Because it makes no sense. Because again, it's alias. Everyone can have an alias, and this is the thing. I mean, obviously people know me as Kelechnikov, but you can very much see that my name, Kelechi Olufimilayo Okafor, is right there. Okay. Right? So I don't play because I don't have to go on burner accounts. I don't have to do aliases. I am who I am. Like, ask about me. You have to go by Lin May because that's your villain, right? Apart from who you are. Because they didn't let you into District Nightclub, that's your villain origin story. So that's why you can't stand activists, because you stood outside with a placard and then they still didn't. You're a failed light skin. The issue is that you're a failed light skin. All your other light skin peers, right? They get into clubs and they're treated nicely. But because you, upon all your high pigmentation, they're still not taking you seriously.
Do you know what? Because like I've been here. Okay, you know what? There's some things that I wouldn't want to say on camera, but then it's like I've just become, in the past year, like heard a few things that like she really goes out of her way to drag people down. And when I heard some of those examples, I was like, even for me, I've never met this girl before, but then I was just like, it cannot be you, the same person that talks this level online, doing such shady levels of things, like to bring people down. And it's people that, I mean, well, people that we all know, but then it's like, you don't need to be doing that. If you have this energy, you've got this voice, keep that. Let the vim that you're keeping online, keep it. Make your statements. But you don't need to be doing shady shit. So even the things about like what she's like sending to blogs and things like that. And I'm like, a part of me was like, so are you only making blogs because you're sending shit to them and that they're not actually finding things about you.
And I'm like, that's very failed light-skin behaviour. That is failed light-skin behaviour because your peers have to just flutter their green eyes or show us, and they're making the blogs easily, but you're having to send them content.
Do you know who she is? Oh, she's Rebecca Vardy.
It was ... Rebecca Vardy's account. No, honestly, it makes me really, really sad because I just think that, again, people could use their energy so differently, and even if you don't want to use it differently, don't ever use it towards me, is the thing, because I will take my time. It took everybody to calm me down, because for once you go into my family,
you do not do that shit.
Even in the abstract, now I don't care what officials have to say, now we have to fight. And the thing is, you can't, because when you saw me at that, when we were doing the show, you were smiling up. To you, it's a pantomime. I'm very, very real about the fact that as black people, we deserve good things in this country. You're using, because you have to be scum to be using where we are, the strata that we are in society, to be using that as fodder so you can get paid £125 for going on Jeremy Vine. You brokey.
Because everything you've just said is what Kendrick said to Drake. I don't understand. It's just now I know origin story. I love Kendrick. He's my number one. However,
she's a colonizer.
Like I told you, I followed you on Twitter for a long time, and I'm just like, what are some of the one-liners? I'm like,
when people talk, I'm like, is it okay? Let's see.
No. I think that pod that you levelled at her was so phenomenal.
Perfect.
It was
Perfect.
it was
Perfect.
chef's kiss all around the world. Like, it was just brilliant.
Thank you.
And is why she said nothing back.
Then she can't.
She couldn't go toe to toe.
No, because you can't. Because for me, again, this is what I'm saying about how my mind works. I'm not gonna tussle with you lot in the gutter. Who the hell? I'm not doing that with you. Let's just think about this. As a mother, it's only a mother that will understand the rage that I'm feeling right now. So let me talk to your mother, regardless of her eyebrows. Let me talk to your mother and say what I need to say.
It's true, though.
You should never. Why would you raise a daughter that would think it's okay to do all of this stuff? Why is she so confused about her identity that she loathes darker skinned black women and comes out there?
What pisses me off? What pisses me off about the loathe of her identity
looking like
so
Alvin
much
Simon
is,
Theodore.
She wants to talk on identity so very much, but you're not contenting yourself. But you keep fucking talking. She even said something the other day like, "Oh, like I'm Bayesian, and as a Bayesian,
so now you're Bayesian.
Now she's Bayesian. We can't say Wagwan, it's Wagween, or whatever it is. Bayesian.
And then tomorrow you want to give people advice on mortgage. Like, I could see where she was trying to do, like, pick your struggle.
Pick who you want to be.
Like, but she's trying everything, and the light skin privilege isn't helping. It's still not, and that goes to show how much of a flop you have to be when in a pigmentocratic society with your pigment, it's still not helping you. You must be really incompetent.
Shit at your job.
You must be really shit
at your job.
And
she
to me,
tries
I think
everything.
that it brings up so much passion in me, because I really dislike people like her, Kemi Badenoch. I dislike people who understand. I know that they understand. I know that they very much understand what black people are going through in this country. They do know. But for the sake of appealing to an audience and getting followers and getting notoriety or becoming the leader of the Tory party, they will say whatever they need to say to denigrate us. And the thing is, you're still never going to be chosen by those people, and you're still going to rot in your self-loathing. Good.
And when the revolution comes, you're at the front line.
And that's the part, because like, as we were talking, like,
they're throwing it over the boat.
It's not to just sit down and say with a bunch of black women just downing another black woman. It's the fact, exactly what you said. You're using our situation for negative gain. Fuck that. That's not admirable. It's not something I can respect. So where there's a sisterhood, I do think there's an element of like, we've got to let our black sisters be black sisters and do what they want to do. But when you're using our issues and our trauma against us to elevate yourself,
and to deny it and to gaslight as well. It's like the other one on GB News that usually has the synthetic wig.
You know what? She says synthetic wig. We have to move on.
Yes. So we were going to go to you, but then you might as well, since we're talking about politics, you've got another enemy.
We're in there already. So there has, again, there was the UK content creators, but also I brought the falsehood of like politics as well. And I kept on bringing them out. So definitely Kemi, again, probably 3 times she was an enemy of progress. Most definitely. We had Rishi Sunak as well was an enemy. We had Priti Patel constantly on an enemy list. We had Suella Braverman was always there as well. David Lammy has always been there. But also, you see that top of the range, Nana AKUA, I hate her. She has our name.
She has our Nana AKUA.
It's so deep.
And on top of that, my actual name is Nana AKUA.
I know.
Can I just every time I hear her name, I'm like, return to sender.
Let me just say this. I feel like she changed her wig because of me, because the last episode I did with you guys, I said, who was this dry wig, blue eyeshadow wearing lady? And then after that, she came with a new wig, because that clip did its round. So Kelly, you got a new wig. I'm happy for you. Change it up. Don't just keep that one.
But it's flowing now, isn't it? It's flowing. It's got a bit of a bump. It's got a bit of a zhuzh.
She's going, yeah.
Is that girl? I cannot. Nana, you even, and you know what my granddad, rest his soul, through my mum, to me, we do not have UK names. We do not have Western names. It's a tradition, it's a thing to have our Ghanaian names and stand on business. I would even understand when I was a child. I used to hate my name, I used to be so embarrassed. But now, 100%, Nana AKUA Pukua Jamfi, how dare you? Name. I'm so mad.
It's so crazy because the same. I was always like, my mum really thought that she was going to have a son. So she would tell my cousins, if I'm going to have a girl, the girl's going to be called Jessica. And so one of my cousins told me this, was like, oh my God, so your name should be Jessica. And I would tell people at school, so really my name is Jessica. But stepping into my name as Nana, like it took a while to be like, why don't I just have an English name like everybody else? But all of my siblings, we all have African names. We all have Ghanaian names.
I'm not even African. I am firmly Caribbean. You lot know that. But my mum gave us like, I'm Farrah. My brother is Kareem. My other brother is Nakim. Like these are them. My mum was intentional in the names that she gave us. You know what I mean? Like,
that's like with my
I don't have a Western name.
That's like with my Ghanaian name. My name is Ya because Ya is Thursday. And then when people would ask me, I'd be like, oh, my name's Ya. Like, what's Ya? Like, Ya. And then I was like, but then I grew out of that very quickly, though. Even before I left school, I was like, no, my name is Ya. And my full name is Ya Santua. And Ya Santua. Ya Santua fought against the English in the Ashanti War. She protected the golden stool in Ghana. She was the only woman to ever do so in history of Ghana. Like, even when I was growing up, and I actually got a bit emotional. I was like,
in that name,
because when I'd meet people, and then they'll be like, my dad would be like, oh, Nididi Ya Santua, so her name is Ya Santua, and the people would be like, oh my God, and I'm like, why do people always do that to me? So when I was growing up and I learnt my name, I said, I need to wear my name a bit more proudly.
100%. Definitely.
Like my full name is Nicole Ya Santua. Like so, and my name Nicole means victory of the people. And I said, was this meant to be?
Oh my God! No warrior.
And I'm like, because I'm very passionate.
You are a warrior.
And I'm that type of person. Like, if I mess with you in any type of way, I could just like you. Someone talks shit, I'll be like, listen.
Same.
I'll be like, calm the fuck down. Calm down. And that's who I am. And I'm like, when I like did my own research into the weights that my name holds, even just being Ghanaian and what that holds, I'm sorry, listen, that name can whatever, you can wear that floppy wig, I'm gonna wear my little pixie. Even sometimes when it gets a bit dry, but don't run. But our culture holds weight, and that's something to be celebrated and not covered. So when I see people like her, and lack of a better term, like batting for the other team, I would say, for me, I'm just like, nah, I haven't had children yet. This is not what I'm trying to teach my kids. Because the type of school that I went to and the way I grew up, it took a lot to hold my identity. I had Ghanaian friends that lied, saying that they were half Egyptian, half Costa Rican in school. Girl, you look just like me. You look just like me. And my hair is the same texture. You are not like, stop that. We're from the same age.
Puerto Rican.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Puerto Rican. How do you say?
Like, even people, even like, I can't lie, I don't want to say her name again, but the person that we were just discussing before this part, that's why I'm like, it's so important for that representation because, again, when I have kids, I have nieces, nephews, godchildren. I don't want them to be covering themselves like, I can't say my name properly, or I can't present how I want to present.
Yes.
Do you whatever that is, but do it naturally. Even if you want to wear a wig, like me, before I cut my hair, listen, the bundles were bundling.
Yeah.
Okay?
I love it.
Yeah,
to me, it's not even
the bundles were bundling, but that was me.
Yeah.
That's a choice that I made, but I never shied away from my identity.
Yeah.
So when I see people like that, I'm just like, what the hell are you doing? Like, what are you teaching the little girls that look like you now? And people think those things are very far-fetched. I don't think it's far-fetched because look at the access that children have to social media. Look at that. Nah, like that can't be the way.
But the thing is, she doesn't. No, but the thing is, she doesn't believe any of this stuff. That's my issue with every single one of them. I doesn't mind if I met you and you were standing 10 toes down on what you believe. Weirdly enough, the way that I am, we don't have to agree, right? We're not going to be friends, but we don't have to agree. Like, you can be like, this is what I think, and I'll say, perfect, cool. But every single one that we've mentioned, they are not like that in real life. I can vouch for the fact that they do not stand by what they're actually saying. They just know that it's an easy route to get what they want. And to me, that means you're a coward. And I don't hate any. I tried as much as possible not to hate anybody in this life, but I promise you, I hate cowards. Because if I, with all of the things that I talk about in society, can stand 10 toes down on it, which means I don't get certain opportunities, this, that, and the other, why would you want to take an easy route to go where you're going? And then you're also, for the people that will come after you, you're a disgrace, because you might have family members or children or whoever, but 10 years, 15 years from now, and what they know you for is acting like a dickhead online.
Precisely.
For
All of them, the
£125.
brown and the black ones, Suella, Pretty, and Rishi, all of that. What do you stand on?
Puppets of white
What do you
supremacy.
represent?
But you think that it's your freedom of thought. And again, let's challenge some of the things that we do think, of course, but don't make up things. Don't lie. And so with her, we were on a panel discussion.
You and Nana AKUA?
Yeah.
That's not her name.
I need to find
We were
that.
on a panel together years ago, I think just around lockdown or whatever. And the moment I entered, I knew that she'd researched me because she kept trying to say things that on any other day would goad me into
buzzwords.
would goad me into a discussion. This was when we were in the green room. I just didn't answer because for me, I wait until turn the camera on, turn the microphone on, and it's on. But anything beforehand, we're not doing any of that. And so the moment we start talking now, every one of her views, I kept spinning it back on her, and she'd be like, "Oh, I actually agree." Like what Kelechi just said there, and can you see?
Can you imagine?
Can you see?
Can you imagine?
Because you ain't got it like that.
No.
You don't have it like that.
Sitting on GB News saying nothing.
Oh, I cannot stand her. I cannot stand her.
Do you know who I can't stand? Who I have a physical reaction to. That's how much physical.
Oh, God.
That's how much I cannot stand this. BITCH. Tiffany blood clot. Haddish.
Does she like her own people? Because I'm confused on her.
Literally. Farrah made that known this year.
I'm telling you, I made that shit known a few times this year, man.
Multiple
But
times.
the first time that I said what I said about Tiffany Haddish is when she went on a paid tour to Israel, right?
Yeah.
And she was on the plane, kikiing, talking about, I need to go and see for myself. What do you need to see, Tiffany? So she went to Israel and they took her around. Obviously, they took her around because they've paid for her to be there to be promoting her nonsense. But she never went and looked at any of the Palestinian side. She never looked at. She never said, "Can you take me into Gaza?" Of course not, because they can't take her into Gaza because they don't want her to go there. All right, can you take me to the West Bank? No, she never said any of that stuff. So she's coming out and making out like what's going on isn't so deep, and we should be sympathetic to the Israeli government and all this fucking shit. And then she came out again a few months later and started cussing the students.
That were protesting.
So the students that are protesting, she was in a fucking stand-up and she came out and she was like, these people who've never worked a day in their life, how dare they don't know nothing. When they're out to get us, all these people you don't know, where were you at 9/11, blah-de-blah-de-blah. This bitch.
9/11.
She went there.
Were they even born?
By the way.
She went to
9/11.
She went to 9/11.
But were they even born at that time?
She
She's
went to
students that she's cussing
9/11
out.
when she's talking about students who are protesting about people who are dying. They're saying, stop killing these innocent civilians. And she's on stage, cussing the students about that. And then I had to throw her in the bin one more time when she went to Africa. Who knows where she went because she acted like it was a country, yeah? And she was cussing her cab driver. She said that my cab driver had odour. So her whole experience in Africa, what she came out and said was about my cab driver who had odour, I had to buy him a basket.
And she went on camera to say that.
She went on a podcast.
A whole podcast.
And that's what she said was her experience in Africa, the country, because she don't know that it's a continent. Yeah, that
She's
bitch.
the queen of misinformation is her thing.
Dumb
She,
as
like,
well.
if you need wrong information spread, holler at Tiffany and her mole. Like, get her to do it for you. She will get it out there. That's her antenna. That's her.
Yeah, it is.
Her transmitter.
Right.
That's her transmitter.
She said antenna.
But she's not fooling anybody. She's literally not
She's just a
fooling
deeply
anybody.
sad, not very smart individual.
Yeah, and coming from trauma, and I really was a fan. She doesn't register on my radar anymore, but I was a fan of her. I really enjoyed her in Girls Trip. I was really rooting for her journey. Yeah. And yes, homeless, reconnecting with family, all this type of stuff, touching down with her Somali roots, all that type of stuff. I was really like a fan. But this, when you seem so easily bought, and we don't, alleged, all of this is alleged. We don't know if she got paid. We don't know whatever the case is.
She's bought.
But we don't have
I think the facts are out there.
Is it documented that she got paid
her
for?
And
there are a bunch of comedians.
They were actually paid to do these PR trips. Yeah. And it's well documented that Israel does this and they have been doing this.
And they lobby the government. Democrats and Republicans. Yeah, well, she can come and tell us if it's not the case, if she's got enough money for a court case.
Floyd Mayweather.
Oh my God,
he also had been
They
paid.
draped him up in London recently for going.
Good.
Yes.
Because they said you can't be supporting them people around here. That's what they did.
Like, go about your business. Like,
we don't play.
They definitely were paid, and it was a whole paid tour to go out there, and obviously because she's like claimed to be a Jewish person, so she had that thing.
She's Jewish.
She is Ethiopian Jewish.
Yeah, I was going to say Ethiopian, it's not Somali.
She's Ethiopian Jewish. So she was like, she wanted to see that side of it. But if you really truly want to see what is going on, you should see it from all angles.
See it from all angles.
If you're going to report back, see it
from all angles. And then you tell us.
Because then it's propaganda.
I saw it.
Right.
But also,
but also, sorry, just to interrupt you very quickly, what she also did, after she started getting some backlash, she came out and said, I'm doing this by myself, I don't have a man. What the fuck?
What the fuck is a man?
Why do we care whether you're getting dick down or not? Is that what reconfigures your common sense?
Okay.
So you said to us, I'm doing this by myself. I'm not getting my back blown out, which is why that's what resets me.
Yeah.
Really helps me to realise it relights my fire. Yeah. My one and only desire. And that's how I know what I'm doing. Girl, we don't care that Common don't want you. Shut up.
Common had moved on by then to Jennifer.
We'll get onto that.
Common had moved on.
Common law dick.
Because a couple of them have been...
Let's just get back to
they're bicycles.
That bitch there, she's forever and always will be in the bin for me.
Yes.
So, fair. I will move on to some light entertainment.
Okay.
Mr. Tyler Perry.
Oh, you said light entertainment.
Has been
I kind of fancy
my
Tyler
problem.
Perry.
Oh my gosh.
Say that again.
What? Say that on the mic.
Check the volume.
Camera zoom in.
Check the percentage of this drink.
Framing central.
Check the percentage of the drink.
Oh, I kind of have a crush on Tyler Perry.
Okay.
Well then.
All right.
Well,
thank you.
But you know what? We listen and we don't judge.
We listen and we don't judge.
He has been looking better recently. I'll give you that.
I did see him the other day.
I saw him at that screening.
Yeah,
He's been looking better.
Okay, so look, Tyler Perry has been in and out of my bin. That sounds rude. So, for me, I appreciate and respect and admire the legacy that he has built, the work that he's created, the studio that he's built. Black-owned studio. Don't get it twisted how important and necessary that is in the stinky world of Hollywood. However, I have mixed feelings about his existence. There's some content of his that I like and I enjoy. His work, it's not him. Bring it back. I have mixed feelings about his content existence.
Right.
I was really mad when he did that tweet, I think it was last year or the year before during COVID, when he showed a tweet of all the scripts that he'd written and said, work ethic. And I was like, bruh, uncle. That's not work ethic when you don't know that you should stop at some point. You could be the producer. You could maybe just be the director. You don't have to be the director, the writer, the producer, the editor, the cinematographer, the DOP.
Because he really was in front of the screen. And all of this.
You know, when you spread yourself too thin, then it also it diminishes and dilutes the content and the greatness that you do. So I have a love-hate relationship with you. And Mea Culpa was the one that, one of the ones.
But Shavante Rhodes.
No, wait. Don't talk about my man. We ain't talking about my man. We're talking about the film that you had with Savante, goddammit, Rhodes.
His
and
back.
Kelly, Rowland.
It's the only reason why we watched that shit.
I got about 48 minutes in and stopped.
You liked it.
Even the sex scene made no sense. The sex scene didn't make no sense. No. Where did she get the jeans from? And then the patent.
And then he was giving back. He was giving the
wait. Can I just say? Just when you thought it couldn't get any worse, he follows up with, what was the film with Megan Good?
Divorce in the Black.
Divorce.
Oh, I didn't watch
in the motherfucking Black.
And there's another one as well, isn't it?
Scene.
BT Black.
Opening scene, yeah.
That's good.
The opening scene is in a funeral. They're at a funeral,
and
okay?
guess what they do?
And there's a ghetto family, yeah?
Right.
The ghettoest family you ever think about.
Ever ghettoest.
And the mum says, get my son.
The dead son, by the way.
They take the dead son out of the coffin.
They lift the coffin.
They lift the coffin.
And then she's like,
no, out of the coffin. And then this is after she takes off her clothes, because the other family, like, what the hell? And they put the dead boy in the back of a pickup truck and they drive off.
Okay.
In the first 10 minutes.
In the first 10 minutes of the film.
What black people does he experience that do these things?
And do you know Tyler Perry likes funerals in his films, can I just say? There's always a lot of funerals on
a wicked dark-skinned man and a lovely saviour white light-skinned man. He has that. He has wig issues.
But to be fair, the most recent film, Triple A.
Yes.
The wigs were nice.
Came to London.
It's not all, and it's
the wigs and the makeup.
Story, so he's got to follow.
He had to follow. Kerry Washington looked really good.
We were at a screening.
Yeah, we were at the screening of that by the US ambassador to the UK or whatever. And yeah, so went to that and I was pleasantly surprised that the makeup and the hair was good. I do have an issue with one of the accents of one of the characters because it made no damn sense why she's talking like that. But overall, of all his work, even he said on stage that he didn't know why the producer approached him to direct it or to make it because he said, "Have you seen my other stuff?"
But listen,
so you know yourself. Well, I catch you to
it works because he didn't do everything. He wasn't sewing the costumes and the wigs on.
I'm doing the wigs. Which actress was it that said that she had beef with it? It was the one where with Felicia Rashad and the woman was in jail because she was accused of killing.
Oh my God, that one. That's the
and
worst.
she said she had beef with him because she was like, no, the wig has got to stay the wig. And it's like, that one there, you had people pretending to talk and you could see them going, people pretending to eat on empty fork. The extras are eating empty food.
No, but then
there was a mobile phone was in shot. The boom mic was in shot.
No. He knows. He said, when she approached me and said, "I want you to make this film," I said to her, "Have you seen my films?"
So he knows.
I said,
"Of course he knows."
And there's a whole genre that is his films, you know,
and the thing is,
and how bad they are. But as far as he's concerned, and he said it on Blackish, you know, when it was coming to the end of, you know, the show. Yeah. And he said, like, at the end of the day, it still made me money. It still made me be able to build all of this because whether you like it or not, somebody does like it.
And that's why he's my in and out enemy of progress because I appreciate his existence, but I also am so mad because it's like, in all seriousness, you are one of the baddest motherfuckers in town. You're doing the damn thing. I really like. And when I saw him, because he was in the build, I was conflicted. I didn't go and say hello.
Yeah, I was scared to get a picture.
I'm not sure that we should go to this.
I don't want to be.
I saw though. He's tall.
Yeah, yeah.
He's,
Is he?
he's,
Yeah.
he's
got good shape.
Let's talk about why you fancy him.
Nick.
He's like 6 something, 6'4".
Oh,
I'm being serious.
Oh,
He's tall. He's got good shape. He's coloured. He's
come back to
hairy
London, I
well.
beg.
He should come back.
He should come back as
He was given rich. He was given rich. He had on like a salmon pink suit. He was given rich.
Do you know what though?
Isn't he a
Kerry Washington
billionaire?
look. Wow.
Yeah, he's on the scale. But can I just say, yeah, what annoys me about it is that he holds so much, right?
Yeah.
So you have this amazing studio. I'm a studio chick, you know. I've been doing this thing for like 25 plus years. Yeah, I know about studios,
girl
all that
bitch.
shit, right? And what fucking annoys me is that there are so many people that would love the opportunity to work with Tyler. And it's his studio, so he can do co-productions. He can encourage the next generation.
People.
But that's why it annoys me.
I was going to say, does he have
because
trust
doesn't
issues?
wanna
From
do
what
that.
you lot were describing, I'm like, does he have issues trusting people?
think it's control.
No, he's got a lot
I think
of
it's
trauma.
control.
And he was like, he was
Super
homeless.
trauma.
I think he's got
Super
childhood trauma as
He's
well.
been
So he feels the
all that
need
stuff,
to, he feels the need to control everything.
Yeah.
And a lot of this seems unaddressed. So when he makes these films, I'm like, there are so many things that you need to work through.
Right.
This way that you keep, even the series, was it Sisters or whatever?
Yeah.
And the things that he would have the
Sisters.
men doing. I'm just like, is there something that you want
Yeah.
to
But he
tell
says
us?
he speaks to the community and he gets, and I don't like the laziness of black women, the black women that are just gonna let a man just denigrate them from A to Z with no repercussions, no nothing, and we just and he does perpetuate tropes.
He doesn't
and
like
stereotypes.
powerful black women though.
No,
he always presents them as not being again. What she's being, the
In the
archetype
content.
never can hold a man, and she says a man has to
She can be there. Yeah, exactly. She can be there. She could have a man, but she is going to lose everything. In the downfall of even if she gets in a relationship, she'll lose everything.
And
But
she'll
just go back to
a
what I was
man, not by
saying
herself.
about what
Maybe he's funded
why
by
I
the
dislike
CIA.
what he's doing is because there are so, you know, in this community, in this space, like if I was to, it's my dream to have a studio one day. That's
She's gonna
my dream.
do it.
I've said that shit.
She's
It's my
gonna
dream.
do it.
I'd like to own my own studio
She's
one day.
gonna
I
do
have
it.
said that shit, yeah.
And I'm gonna
what
run
I'm
it.
not gonna do when I have my own studio is everything.
Yeah.
Because you have to have new people come in with new ideas because your studio won't last. What happens when you fall and die, or you're too old, or you don't want to do what you've done every single thing? How do you breed? How do you continue this thing? We talk about generational wealth and stuff like that. How do you get there if you do not invest in the next set of people? How do you get there?
I just had a thought. When I was in secondary school, I was, and I still want to be a director, but I remember one of my first plays that I did in year 8, I was the star, the director, the producer, the main singer.
Did you wear one of those double outfits, like on one side and this guy's on one side?
I stood in front of the assembly and told them all this. I am the star.
Nana, I get it because for my dissertation, for one of my projects in university, I wrote the script, I directed it, I starred in it. I get it, but I don't want to do that shit because I understand you need to hear other people's voices.
How did
You
he
have
write
to.
all of those scripts though? This was before AI as well.
Listen.
He says he can do
showed
that.
that tweet of about 25 stacked scripts.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's not work ethic. And I think he got the backlash because you saying work ethic, it'd be work ethic if every single script was a certified banger.
Yeah.
But on evidence, your
were
work
right,
isn't
Kalu, wasn't it?
certified bangery.
Yeah.
So you need to not do work ethic because who are you telling?
But I think that's why he's successful, isn't it? Do we think he would be as successful if his scripts were good?
It's that part. That's why
that's
we've always said
interesting.
this. We've always said the conspiracy
good
theories. Is he
point.
there to then just produce?
He's a plant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
But it's like, it's so easy to say, we do say plant, we do say conspiracy theory and that. Because there are, as for real, people that definitely, Nicky, enjoy his fucking work.
Ain't even no names.
But you know,
I think it's real, and we can use the term plant for it. But I think there is a level of dumbing down of a lot of humans, and what you can give to them to keep them dumb will be elevated. And I think he's just played into that, and he knows. And so, whatever we call them, a plant, whatever it is, you were elevated because what you were putting out was subpar.
yeah.
and they want to keep us stupid.
And it kind of it perpetuates a particular stereotype of black people. And if that's all they keep seeing of themselves, and at the rate that you're producing it as well, it's what they're most likely to see frequently, then that keeps them thinking of themselves only in one particular or in a specific type of way.
And then also it keeps us in that divide where the, like, you know, the talented 10th versus the regular folks, and then that snobbery, because it is also, I really, you know, I mean, I'm saying this as a very basic thing. I wish we weren't enslaved and colonized, because who are we as black people really without that part of our history? Because everything, even the way we view film and entertainment, is through a white lens. So even when I'm like critiquing, I'm like, I want the black success. I want to write the black version of Succession. That level, the benchmark of quality is always against white content, and that's what's really frustrating. Because I'm teasing you, saying like, yeah, Nikki, you like the stuff, and there's people that like, and I do like some Tyler Perry content. He has made some good things, but then it's like becomes a snobbery. It becomes like a judgment. Like, we listen, we don't judge, but we are judging because that stuff is intelligent. That stuff is stereotypical and dumb and low grade, and then that causes a divide between us.
But but then the thing is, I don't mind your film being bad. Right, my thing
not
is,
intentional.
but I think that this is weaponized against us. That the badness is actually weaponized against us, and it might seem like a conspiracy theory, but if the CIA could spend all of that time getting crack into neighborhoods and then killing all of the people that were going to possibly lead people towards liberation, and also buying out rappers as well, the CIA and the FBI. But what is not Wyclef, the other one that was Cross. So if they can go to that extent, why wouldn't they fund somebody to keep making things that would mean that people only see themselves in a particular type of way?
At a phenomenal rate as well.
Because that's
if you think about it, it's not just he puts out one film a year. It's constant.
It's a lot. He does a lot.
And you're being praised, and you're being praised, and you're being praised. And whilst all of that is happening, the people that are making things that would help us to reconfigure and reimagine what we can do and who we are as people, they're not getting the same level of funding, and that's the issue. Because the thing is, there are other shows out there. One of my favourite shows at the moment is AKUA. It's a Yoruba myth. It's based on Ifa, like Yoruba cosmology. It's so beautifully filmed. It's on Netflix. It is phenomenal. And most of it is sometimes even in Yoruba when they're doing it, but you've got beautiful, well-translated subtitles. The set design is a madness. Like, it is so well done. And I'm just like, see?
Who knows about
See?
it?
Yeah,
because I've never even heard of it.
So I've watched that. Also, we are brainwashed. Sorry,
I need to watch that.
We skim past stuff that's got subtitles. We skim past that's like, oh, that's a bit too African. That's a bit too Caribbean. But
that's not true, because when them lot are Korean, everyone's watching the Korean ones.
Koreans in trend and sanctioned by the white folks.
No. It's not even that simple, because exactly what you're saying has not come up on my timeline on Netflix.
There's also that, but if you don't watch that, it won't be suggested.
But I do watch so much African content on Netflix. So the fact that at one point, all I did was watch Squid Game, and they were giving me everything.
That's so true.
Whereas
on Netflix, even like one of my jobs, like I stay there overnight sometimes. So even one of my Nigerian colleagues, she gets me into watching it. So even sometimes I'm like, oh, what's this? What's that? And I'm really paying attention to the language. Sometimes I don't even care about the subtitles, and I don't even understand it. But then just from like their conviction, I know what's happening. And for me, I enjoy things like that.
When I go on my mum's Netflix, it is literally Korean and Nigerian films. That's all. I'm like, Mum, like, what are you watching? Like,
because we don't care, but like, we don't mind subtitles. And the reason I mention Anikulapo specifically is because the director, I think he's like he does quite a bit in it. So kind of like Tyler-esque. He does quite a bit in it. But he's got a studio. He built the set. So where everything is filmed, he's bought this land and built this set. And so you can then film other like period sort of dramas, like Yoruba period things there. So I'm thinking, if I get Edge of Here, one of the stories, the Watcher's option. I want it there.
When I get Edge of Here,
you're right.
One of the stories from her book.
It's so funny.
That's going to get filmed, and we're going to back it.
Because Nigeria, like the Nigerian Film Committee, have been talking to my boss, because my boss, they've been talking to him because they want him to invest in I know.
See?
It's going to happen, man.
Listen.
It's happening. It's happening.
2025.
Can I take a
2025.
Right, cool. So, right, look. Now, let's bring it back to the men because we've been down on the sisters for a little bit too much. I'm bringing it back to men because there's been a lot of problematic black men in relationships, talking on black women and doing nonsense in this 2024. Let me just run through them a little bit quickly.
Okay.
We have had people like Jonathan Majors. He was an enemy.
Mr. Megan Good.
Mr. Megan Good. He was an enemy. Mr. Megan Good.
Sorry.
Now, but to be fair, like I have a relationship with Jonathan Majors because I've interviewed him.
Okay.
And he was really nice. He was a really nice guy to me. He was a very nice guy. I interviewed him for The Harder They Fall. And I was a fan. I am a fan. I was a fan. I am a fan. I don't know how I feel about it.
I was a fan.
Yeah.
I was a fan.
And I was very much rooting because I first saw him in The Last Black Man in San Francisco.
Yes.
Yeah.
Man is talented.
Yeah.
He had something.
He
It's
is,
not
he
often
is.
in this lay of the land that we get superstars.
Yeah.
Man had something.
Yeah.
But his rise was supersonic and everyone loved him, and then it was a massive fall because he got involved with a woman called Grace Jabari. Grace Jabari was a white British woman who then he got into a little bit of a situation where he was found guilty of a misdemeanor assault and harassment against his ex-girlfriend Grace Jabari in April 2024. So he was found guilty of this assault. The video came out where he was running, I don't know, all this kind of stuff.
I mean, they were both running, right?
They were both running,
Yes.
right? So it just came out that he was an abuser and he's actually violent and quite aggressive, allegedly guilty, whatever you want.
Yeah.
So it caused a massive downfall within the community of people that loved him, especially because he did date a white woman. Then the damage control came out. He popped up with Megan Good. They were in a relationship. Seemed like a bit of a damage control thing, and now they're engaged.
Yes.
He's been an enemy because of the assault. He's been found guilty. People kind of and ahhing about whether it was actually assault, whether he was defending himself, but he had been on our enemy of progress list, and it is definitely in the list of black men problematically in relationship. How do you not feel about Jonathan Majors?
I don't care about him.
Okay.
Yeah, because I was shocked when they were engaged. I was like, oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Her contract
Do we
was ending.
believe it? Do we think
It's just
this is real?
disingenuous. It's just like, what?
Yeah, I was shocked because I have a friend that's like in that whole like movie star field, and then he was like, people do like PR stunts, and I was like, do you think? Because the angel side of me is like, oh, but would people really have time to do stuff like that? Like, I don't believe that like you busy LA Hollywood people would have time to do that. And I thought,
Well, it can't be busy because he's lost jobs.
Have time to do a contract relationship. Sorry, are you saying, do they have time to have a contract relationship?
Yeah, because I'm just thinking, it seems like it takes up a lot of time, like for you to go places, call paparazzi, get packed. That was my view.
I think with contract relationships, that's been going for as long as Hollywood's been going.
Yeah.
And usually it's
My only thing is I am a bit naive when it comes to when people have babies, when they're bringing life into the world. That's when I'm like, they can't be doing that.
They absolutely do that.
And I know, I still struggle with that because I feel like, how can you just do that for that?
Yeah.
That's what I mean. I don't like that. But I think that Megan has just had a promotion. That's basically what I think. I think her contract was being, discussed, the terms and conditions of her contract, and she put in a new term, and she had a promotion, and now they're engaged.
Yeah.
Because I just don't get it.
what don't you get?
She hasn't even taken breathing room from the pastor guy.
That's what I don't get.
She clearly has a pattern of very terrible men, I guess.
She's gone from the pastor to the
Martin Luther King. Martin Luther King.
And what I also don't get is the fact that he's never had no black gal. You've never seen him with no black gal, and now he's trying to remake himself. Now he's all about the black women.
Because
you would choose the absolute the black girl,
the chef's kiss
that
of the black girl
lusts after,
that everybody's wanted for the last 20-something years.
All of a sudden became she was literally like single as well. If Nia Long was younger, 10 years younger...
No, I don't think he would care.
It would have been Nia Long.
Because she was still tussling with the divorce stuff. So I don't know.
You don't think she's too old?
Yeah. No,
man.
I truly believe...
I think he would have suited that.
I think they're going to have a kid. I think they're going to get married, and she will have one child. And then his start, it will be long enough, like, we're all going to start forgetting. He'll probably get another contract. He may even be Kang again. Who knows? And we'll forget about it. And then he will divorce her.
So, like, he's been, like, lots of people, as we've had so much problematic, we will get onto black men in relationships and doing stuff. My next problematic black man in relationships, and it is black men because I'm black and I like black men, so that's what I'm talking about them. It's not dissing you black men, because I love black men also.
Men and I cannot lie. Some of us can't lie.
Men and I cannot lie. But sometimes you're problematic. Nick Cannon.
He had a year, didn't he?
I mean, he's had 10 years.
12 kids. Still not settled down. He's done a lot. He launched a podcast called...
No, he is settled down. Nick Cannon is with three of the baby mothers.
My bad.
Yeah.
Okay, Neo.
Okay, right. I was about to say, because Neo's on the list too. So then we've got black men who can't settle down, but then choose to settle down in these polyamorous relationships where they have multiple women because they can't find the time to focus on one. They will be the ones that, back in Africa, when we were kids,
oh, shut up.
We had multiple women, and that's why a black man can't limit himself to one woman, because we need to spread our seed, because we are kings.
Oh, God.
We need to find and conquer as much pussy as possible.
Possible pussy.
Possible pussy. All the possible pussy.
All the possible pussy that we need possible.
Every pussy is a possibility.
Pussy is possible.
Are they being denied, though?
Possibility.
Possible.
You know Nick Cannon, we need one pastor to come and break it honestly, because I don't understand. Because you know he's one of his kids' mothers is on Selling Sunset. Brie. Like Brie. I'm sure she was a Wild and Out girl. I'm sure she was.
Yeah, because I was doing anything nowadays.
I remember him always mentioning that name in her face from Wild and Out. I could be wrong. I'm sorry if I'm wrong.
She was.
She was a Wild and Out girl, innit? But then I think it's so odd. Like, bro, he shows up for all of the baby showers. He shows up for all the maternity shoots. And then I'm just like, I don't think this is normal. I don't think it's cool to have like 7 kids the same age and you're in relationships with all of the women, because at the end of the day, what are you teaching the children?
Because you can't, as much as you want to be a present father, there's a lot of conversation about present fathers. No, let me just add the names in. We're going to do Cam Newton, we're going to do Neo, we're going to do Tyrese, right? All of these people, Nick Cannon being... We're not laughing at that.
Don't take my baby. I'm at $13,000 a month. What more do you want from me? Oh my God.
So look, there's been a lot of conversation about black men have had a rebrand. I must say there's been a lot of a rebrand because of the absent father thing. It's been a thing. Big up Marvin Harrison, who's done Dope Black Dad.
Yeah.
Big up Marvin. Not tried and has done well and succeeded in reframing the narrative that black fathers are absent. However, there are some representatives in you lot's clique that is undermining the thing. Nick Cannon, you've got 12 kids. You cannot be
and counting.
And it's like, did I say what I say?
No, I'm saying and counting.
And counting. And counting.
Yeah, he could have.
I understand that you've got the money, but money isn't the thing.
No, it's not.
And how much is really that money before
money when the parent?
When the tax people start looking for you as well, because that often happens to these lot. They forget to pay their tax. Same way they forgot their condom. So things can happen at any time and can really catch you by surprise. But you know, one thing I do enjoy about the Nick Cannon thing, and I can't believe I'm going to say this or that I'm even going to say this publicly, but Dr. Umar.
Yeah.
I love when black men hold other black men accountable. As much as you know, I've got my issues with Dr. Umar again.
Honestly,
I used to despise this guy.
Really?
I can't stand him. I used to despise this guy. But when I tell you, there was just one day I watched a video and I burst out laughing. I was like, And that was it. From then, I just find him funny, but I wouldn't ever tell him that. But I remember seeing a clip of him talking to Nick Cannon and basically breaking down to him why what he's doing is just a bit ridiculous. And I thought, good, because if a black woman said this, it'll be like, why are you shitting on black men? Why are you coming down hard on black men? For the fact that somebody like Dr. Umar got onto him, and then I saw something else where he was on somebody else's podcast and he got into another black man about his preferences. And again, he might have a very harsh way of saying certain things and whatever, and some things that he said in the past could even apply to me, whatever. The fact of the matter is, in that specific situation with him and Nick Cannon, I said, good, tell him, because maybe he'll listen when another black man is telling him that.
I'm glad that you mentioned Marvin, because Marvin does actually hold black men accountable.
Yeah, he does.
He's there talking about being present as a father, but he is talking about the ones that aren't present as fathers as well. So,
and then, I mean, I'm just going to say it.
Go on.
I think that some of this present black father's situation is so disingenuous, because how are you lot present fathers, black fathers, whatever the case may be, when you are absolutely horrible to the mothers of these children, when you are undercutting them, when you are not a good father if the mother of those children is still being terrorized by you. Right? And I've noticed this, everybody wanting to, they go and see their child for a weekend. There's pictures posting with your children, posting with your children. But when you get a bit of money come through, you don't give it to the mother. She's still looking after them most of the time. You're not actually the one that's looking after them most of the time, but you get your photo ops, and then you get to now go up and down saying, I'm a great black father. I'm out here, I'm looking after the children. But the woman, what's her mental state like? You're only as good as the mental state of the mother that's looking after your children. And when you see that metric, some of you are still not present, actually.
I want to see way more of that being spouted. Like, how good is your baby mother?
Because then the conversation gets murky.
And his problems with his children's mother. I don't know the ins and outs, whether they're horrible to him or not, but that kind of, you're not going to get this money, I'm not going to give you that money.
Hold on. He said, and future women.
And future women.
So he's already in the future.
You're not getting my money.
So it's not even something that's happened and you're saying that. You're saying the future women to come.
But you're still going to try and have children with them, but they're not entitled. Can you see the madness is what I'm saying? And I've really seen the underbelly of all of these things with these men that claim to be good fathers and present fathers or whatever. People who make endless videos about this is how you're a good parent, even if you're not living with... You lot are slags. You lot are slags and don't actually know. No, I feel like somebody needs to say it, because I'm so tired of seeing podcast after podcast worship some of these men. And I'm like, have you done your research? Have you done your due diligence? Because if you look at the women who are linked to them, they're not happy. They're not okay.
It's also picking women that you know, like you're the superficial of it all. Okay, they're a bad B and all that stuff. And then you want to undermine them. But what you attracted, what you were going for, you weren't looking at the girl next door. You weren't looking at the girl that's like regular, just getting on with her life, moving forward. You're going for the bad B and not even doing due diligence. She looks good on your Insta. So that's it.
Can I just, as we are there, we are here, and it's very current that Krept has done, is it Krept or Conan? I can't remember. It's Krept.
You know what I say?
Krept has done his video,
Big him up.
and he is bigging up fathers of daughters.
It's a lovely
and
video.
it's gone viral that a lot of people notice that a lot of the children are very light or mixed race. And that's been circulating like, what's going on, bros? Like a lot of you guys, this is a thing. But then there are a lot of people who were a part of it who were like, that's my child, how you talking about it? Running away from what we are seeing and what that says to society. I'm firmly on the side of, can we have a conversation about what we deem as a partner and what is acceptable as a black male, that you're now bringing in lots of children that are mixed, and this is all light, and this is evident. And when somebody brings this up, that this is very evident that literally it's like 80% of the children that were featured in this are not the same colour as their dad.
Do you know what?
Go on.
I wasn't gonna go down that particular route, but I do understand because I have seen like the comments that people have been writing. But then for me, there's a video on my TikTok and that I did for another podcast like almost 2 years ago now. Actually, maybe a year ago, whatever. But then I was talking about why I found it hard to date men that have children, because the one thing that puts me off, I love kids. I've worked with kids the past 12 years. Children are part of my life. I can say all the above. But then what I don't like is why you're commenting forced to me, why this woman has your children. Like, I once like spoke to a guy one time. He was like, well, yeah, there's this girl pregnant for me, but then yeah, like she just wanted it anyway, so I let her have it. You see stuff like that? You see stuff like that? Because me too, I'm also somebody's daughter. Like my dad proudly has 4 daughters.
Yeah.
Few different mothers, you know, but my dad proudly has 4 daughters and he cares for all of us equally. If I heard something like that, I don't think me and my dad will have that bond. But me, I'm my dad's third. We like this. I don't want to hear that shit. So that's why I've always been of that view. Like, I find it hard to date men with children because that's what I was constantly hearing. Oh, my baby mum this, my baby mum that. You chose her.
You chose her, and it's the generation of that. It's the mother of the children.
Even if things are going downhill, I'm sorry. I hate that for you. But then at the end of the day, most of the time, 24/7, she's looking after your child. Your child don't come out looking scatty. Your child ain't got nothing, like, your child has food to eat at home. She's going to the parents' evenings. You come on a Saturday to go to the fun fair. So don't come and tell me about your child's mother.
What I cannot stand, and it literally boils my blood, is when men want to come out here and say, yeah, the single parent family, the single mother is to blame for society. Fuck you, because where's your accountability? Why are you not holding up the men? It took 2 of you to make the baby, right? Why is it okay that the man is just going to go off and do whatever he wants to do and be a drop-in dad, but then the responsibility is down to the mum? Where is the dad in that?
No, but that's as we're always saying. The people can usually, because of the misogynistic society that we live in, or this patriarchal society, people will blame the parent who stayed, which is usually the mother. And seeing how that plays out as well. And there's an underlying narrative that people don't tend to clock, which is that you're saying that, well, it's your fault because you chose that man. Okay, but then look at the landscape of all of them. You keep telling us about this mythical good man, and it seems like there seems to be more problematic ones than the good ones. Good to the people who got some good ones, but there seems to be an underlying narrative here that the men aren't really being held accountable. And if we think about the systemic and the institutional factors as well, people being disproportionately incarcerated and things like that, all of these things come into play as well. So nobody's saying that it's easy out here. It's really tough for a lot of people. My issue with Britain as a whole is that we don't want to have salient conversations about race, class. We don't want to talk about that. The moment somebody states a preference, they say that it's a preference. They think that that absolves them of interrogating that preference. I just happened to like lights. Really? You just happen to like lights? All of them. And the thing is, I can't, in my child's mixed race, so it's not even like I'm trying to be hypocritical in this situation. Most of the people I've dated throughout my life have been dark-skinned black men. Just so happened this particular one slaps, we move, we move. But to me, when I look at those things, I think that maybe, again, hypocritical. I don't think the reason I dated the person or married or whoever the person I chose is the same reason that you went with that person. And what is the ongoing pattern? Because even after that relationship, I can see myself being...
That's the part. That part, because my daughter, her dad is Grenadian, right? So he is mixed Grenadian, but in Grenada, he's just a black man. And that's how he's a black man, yeah. If you ever met his mum, you'll be surprised that she's anything other than, she's just Grenadian. But when I was with this guy, it's not even though that's my preference. He's lighter than I've ever dated in my life. And I was surprised at the complexion that my daughter came out. But then what people take for granted as well is within that, especially as Caribbeans, there's like a lot of the DNA is you don't know what you don't know what's going to happen. Like my mum says to me that my daughter is her granddad's complexion. Oh, right. Yeah. So it's like people will look at her and be like, oh, and even now she's having issues in school and stuff like that. But that doesn't mean that I don't love black men.
Yeah.
You know, like, and people will just assume certain things, but I'm going round in circles. But my main thing is this: what I cannot stand is that people will look at me and be like, "You're a single parent and you chose this, that, and the other."
Yeah.
But they're not thinking about. They don't know the ins and outs of the situation. And they don't know how we got here. And it's like you're making excuses for the man who's not present, but you don't know why we are where we are. Like,
this is it, but the bar is so in hell that just for them showing up at the weekend and taking them photos and coming to, and the one that gets me the most are the fucking Twitter threads. They will write these threads like they've got some real insight into fatherhood. I'm just trying to raise my sons, my daughter better than rarely the daughters. They leave that, but you know, I'm trying to raise my children differently to how I was raised, and and show them the love so they can navigate society. But you are horrible to their mother. You don't actually help their mother.
They don't understand that affects the child.
I think when we get into the space of having multiple women, like we go and bring it back to Neo and bring it to Nick Cannon and Cam Newton, like all these people that are iconic figures that we about having multiple women and the way that we as women view being cheated on versus you men thinking it's not that deep. There's really a massive disconnect in how devastating and how emotionally breaking that is when a man is not straightforward about his situation and not giving that woman the choice to make a fucking decision
if you want to be in it or not.
20 women. Do you want to be with me or not? But no, you do not ever address the fact that you'll dress it up, you'll pretend, you'll make these lies like,
boyfriend experience.
I'm not ready to be with someone.
I've been transparent.
If you think about these guys though,
fucking transparent,
that you've mentioned, they are transparent. And I think that's an issue.
Wait, how was Neo? Neo wasn't transparent with the woman.
Not with the
one that he went and she went and tied her.
So remember, it's like Neo's gone on that full spectrum journey.
Yeah,
where
he
now
has
he
the
is
circumference
like,
of his head.
I am.
This is me.
He's not even polyamorous because the women can't have men.
It's just him.
He is a polygamist. So it's like you've gone round this way, and that's the same with Cam Newton. It's not like Jazz can go and have a man, and Nick Cannon. They're all polygamous.
Yeah.
But now that they're selling this, like, because I got enough money, I can look after you and your household, and I can have lots of women. There are other men who don't even have anywhere close to their money, talking about, but I can have more women. I think that they're pushing these men on us is
such a power
problem.
Like, it is a problem because the thing, it's a lie. To go back what Nana was saying, that is a problem because I always say, for me, it's not just about financials. Financials are great, but it's the emotional support.
Right.
You've got to be there emotionally for your child because the thing is, they will grow up and they will look around and they'll be like, how come my dad isn't there? Like, okay, do you think they're going to remember, oh, my dad bought me a pair of Air Force Ones? It's about stuff that when they're crying, when they're vulnerable, when they want to talk through things, when they need that fatherly presence and you're not there, and then you're blaming the woman.
I just think
the
governments are working so hard on like disenfranchising black communities. To me, it's just so evident in the people that are lauded, literally like we were talking about earlier, the people who are platformed, the people who are given money, because they are perpetuating and propagating specific types of narratives into black communities that have people thinking and normalizing very harmful behavior. I don't care what anybody says, I'll say it very point blank, period. Cheating is wrong. No matter how much you want to dress it up, cheating is wrong. It's emotional and psychological abuse. You are playing with that person's sense of reality. So it doesn't matter, oh, I just can't help myself. You need to see someone. You need to seek professional help. It's not okay to do that. And to the fact that people will write songs and they're trying to normalize these things and like, no, what somebody's doing, it's emotional and psychological abuse. Nobody should be standing for that. There's nothing glamorous about that. And it's just worrying that is where it seems like we are. And this whole polyamory thing, again, the whole point of polyamory is still transparency and honesty. But you're still struggling to be transparent and honest. The door is fucking open. How are you still managing it to slap it in somebody's face?
How are you still cheating?
When is the door open?
But also,
because there's still codes of conduct.
You as the woman cannot go and find extra dick.
No.
You have to be loyal to this one dick, and he can be
Yeah.
Well, Leo now has 3 girls.
Yeah.
You've got
Not
3
have
girls,
another
and
man.
you've still got 3 baby mothers in there as well.
Because they don't value him, and that's the thing. We, you know, I think it was Audre Lorde, might have been, talking about the power of the erotic. A lot of relationships and things that we find ourselves in nowadays, or people are sharing online and glamorizing, it's more so pornography. It's not actual sensuality. It's not actual eroticism. It's not true love. A lot of people actually, like Bell Hooks said, a lot of people haven't experienced true love, and because of the state of our socioeconomic situations, a lot of these women will think, well, yeah, be with other people, I don't give a damn as long as I have things, right? So they will rather trade a sense of feeling loved. They will just rather have stability in terms of a home and finances.
Too many
Somebody
women.
needs to come and break it on that, because that right there. And also, you're so systemic. I love it. I absolutely love it. Like, sorry, I just caught this. God.
Question for you guys though.
Okay.
With his video, with Crep's video though, is that an issue?
I don't know.
Is it an issue that the majority of the men in there do have light-skinned to mixed-race children?
But my thing is that it's already a reality. So I get what people... I came off Twitter really a while back, or X or whatever that ugly bitch wants to call it. I've come off that, but so I just pop on to kind of repost things that people tag me in. But what I want to say is that, but that's now a reality. So us talking about it, it's already a reality. So, and I think it's interesting that what they went to do, I don't know whoever wrote these tweets or whoever, I don't actually know anyone. What I'm saying is that what they went to do to go, that's my child, don't bring my child into, don't talk about my child. I hear it because I don't like people talking about my child, but the fact of the matter is it's representing an issue that's been brought forward, and it just seems like emblematic of UK black behavior. When we're trying to have a conversation with you about race, you immediately try to suppress that conversation.
That's always been my issue. That's always been my thing. That I've said it time and time again. I would love to have have a conversation with black men in the UK about what it is. You say preference without really considering the history that we've come from. And so it's too easy to shut it down. When a dark-skinned woman speaks, you're victimizing, you're just being a victim.
People were absolutely saying
you're not
people
are
there are bitter black women.
And that's what they said. That is the bit that pisses me off.
Yeah,
because we're allowed to talk about these things.
Yeah.
No, but we're allowed to talk about these things, but it just feels like a lot of people aren't ready to have the conversation. I think that this year, 2024, was a big year for me. Like, it was a very big year for me in realizing and having to accept and grieve the fact that not most black people in the UK aren't trying to get free. No, they're just not. They're not.
And they're happy to be enslaved.
What we are watching, what we are seeing are lots of zombies, right? If you were to sit with the average black person and ask them, like, what do you feel about this and what do you feel about that? Because quite a few people are in survival mode, they don't even want to consider what you are saying. They don't want to see what that looks like. I don't know if it's here, I gave the example before, but I was watching a show with my son, and this fish wanted, I think it was a fish, it wanted to take tacos, crunchy tacos, to its family that live in the water, but it can go on land and in the water. So it had tacos on land, and it was like, oh, it's so crunchy. But the family that live in the water, when he was trying to describe crunch to them, or she or it was trying to describe crunch to them, they didn't know what it was because they cannot experience that in the water. So I was watching it, and obviously with my woo-woo mind, I was like, that's exactly it. When I'm trying to describe to you what liberation could potentially be because of where you are and you haven't experienced it, I might as well be describing crunchy tacos to you when you live underwater, because you'll never get it. You just won't get it.
A word.
Yeah.
And so we're trying to have conversations with people about, okay, because black women also perpetuate this as well in different ways. And there are certain conversations that we're not willing to have, and we have to understand the fact that in terms of the education system, this was by design, that we are not shown enough of ourselves in a way that would mean that we can have positive. As much as I find some kind of Black American schools of thought problematic, the fact of the matter is that they are having conversations about race, gender, class in ways that we are currently not. We had it historically, and that got shut down. We had it historically. Like, we had the British Black Panthers. We had all of these things.
Do you remember
so
that?
we weren't just always sitting here. Something happened. We had all of the uprisings, whether it was Brixton, Toxteth. The black people before us were on some real shit.
Definitely.
And then something happened.
Yes.
Where they had crack and they had assassinations, we just had a kumbaya-arism, which I don't know what it was, but this UK has been seen as like, this is the multicultural land.
Yeah, but no, that's
because what the UK are great at is disguising their racism.
Yeah,
you know.
But they're not. But we say that, and I think that they're not even.
They're so blatant
with it. But because of this gaslighting, and I think the monarchy I mean, if I'm fully in my woo-woo bag, I've said it time and time again, and I feel it even when I'm in a plane and it's about to land in the UK. The UK is under some major spell work. It's under some major spell work. Like when you see the way that people are dead behind the eyes, not just black people, just across the board. People are we are walking in the land of the dead. And we're trying to have all of these conversations with people, and they're like, "What are you talking about?"
The spell started here. The spell started here.
Shit, I had a dream. This was maybe 4 years ago. I was in Trafalgar Square with my best friend. This dream actually haunted me for a long time. I kept on telling my siblings about it. And on, you know, the lion, covered in zombies.
Wow.
And we kept it because my friend lives in Covent Garden, like her family house is in Covent Garden. So we walked past it bare times. And to the point, like the first time we were shocked, like, what the hell, they're zombies, but they're not attacking us. And we walked past them. And then we kept on doing it. And the last time we did it, when I woke up, nothing happened. We didn't care either. We were amongst the zombies. And literally, I was telling my brother this, and he was like, of course, everybody is a zombie now. Like, this is life. This is what I keep on telling you. And I was like, no, but it was in my dream, and it was so normal. And I woke up, and I was like, oh my God, the zombies are here. And it's like, yes, that's humans.
That's humans. That's where we are. That's
the truth of it.
And so what we're going to do, and what we had when Mark Duggan was murdered by the police and lied against, we had those uprisings, and David Lammy went to talk about whatever the fuck he was going to talk about thereafter. So there is still fight in us. There is still spirit in us, but something keeps getting in the way. And now, because we are doing so well in terms of being in corporate realms as well, we're prioritizing making certain lists, that, and we're praising people for making lists and doing this. But what of those people who made those lists? What have they done in our communities? What are they doing in our communities? We don't want to talk about that, right? Because we are we are being invited into. So when I think about whiteness as a construct and a mechanism, right? Italians, Polish people, certain Irish people weren't invited into whiteness straight away. They were invited when they needed to make it stronger. So then when we think about that, and we think about how racism is a pillar of capitalism, black people are being invited into capitalism at an exponential rate in order to keep capitalism from dying, even though we see that it's about to drop down, right? And so now that we're getting more disposable income and we're able to do things, you're going to struggle to get the average black person to see the point that you're trying to make. If you say landlords are terrible, wait, shut the fuck up, because I can actually now buy a house and I could buy another one and do it up. So why should I listen to you?
Did you see that woman that came out?
That's exactly it. I'm a landlord now. I've got 100 properties. What are you talking about? You're terrible.
No, I'm a landlord now. How can you say that to me?
There was that woman that came out in the protest, and she was like,
the black woman.
The black woman that, because she's an enemy. The black woman that came out, and she was in the process, and she was like, oh yeah, I don't know what everyone's talking about. Here's a great place, blah blah blah. Like, we need to assimilate. That's basically what she was saying. And I also have a friend who voted Tory before, because Tories were saying about, oh yeah, you can own a house. This is like not this time, but the time before. Like you can own a house, and it's like, because you're there now, it's like you said, that person had assimilated because they're listening to this. They're buying into all this capitalism. Like, I'm a part of this chain now. Those rules no longer apply to me, but they do,
because I'm in there.
And that's what's dangerous for us. That when we start realizing that we're being invited for a reason to participate in order to keep it going, and then it becomes conflicting, because I'm having to look at you as a black person and go, yeah, you're right. You can go on all of these holidays now. Who am I to tell you that you shouldn't do those things? However,
shits and gigs.
Oh wow. Just so.
We have time to.
I'm so annoyed, because for a while I thought James was fine.
What?
I'm sorry.
No.
I'm sorry.
No.
It's okay.
He's got a tattoo on his neck, right?
Look, what are you going to say, Nikki?
She had this so far.
Exactly. Exactly.
Really?
No, because
There's a little
disclaimer.
Disclaimer.
So when I
We
met,
listen.
and we don't judge. When I met them, yeah, I had just started back recording on DEADBEAT. I took a little sabbatical. I was going through nothing life, right? And then I hadn't been drinking. And then and where we used to record before had a bar. I was saying this earlier on.
Yeah.
And I was drinking from early, so I was buzzed. So when they came in, the fangirl in me just escaped.
Came out.
And then I remember, like, James got there first. And then I was like, oh my God, hi. Like, I was like, and then when Fuhan walked in, I was like, I had to keep it so cool. I was like,
Oh my God.
he's even more fine in person. And like, he was so flustered, yeah. Like,
It's because you don't like black girls. Sorry. Did I say it out loud?
Because that's what I was going to say.
That's
Nikki.
what Andrew
I didn't wanna
Schultz
cut your
said
I'm gonna
about
go.
him.
no, but he.
All right, go on, carry on.
No, but I just like when he came, he was all flustered because something about parking or whatever. And I remember just standing there like,
Did you put his
Nick,
head
be
into your
cool.
bosom?
I'm like, be cool. Oh my God, I wish I did. Okay,
Don't worry about it, baby.
I was like, oh my God. I was like, Nick, be calm. And then he came, he was like, hi, I'm Fuhan. And he hugged me. I was like,
Do you know what? I love that for you, because I do love that feeling when you...
because he's so fun. And then yeah, when I said to him, so while we're recording, I was like, do you know what? When I first saw you guys online, I thought you were Ghanaian, and he hated it.
What?
He was like,
Where's he from?
he's Nigerian.
Oh.
And then he was like, so what about me? He's Ghanaian. I was like, oh,
Your
wait.
dark skin.
Like, calm
But
down.
then some of his features to me looked
does look-
Ghanaian.
yeah, he does look Ghanaian.
Yeah.
But his head, you're saying.
Yeah. And
So, like,
I
okay.
watched their show from like episode 3.
So okay, so let's...
Watch them.
He was
Shits
offended.
and gigs,
God.
guys. Shits and gigs.
Oh, God.
Before we go on to the next final bit of this show, Shits and Gigs has probably been the biggest enemy for us, because what the fuck, you just dropped the ball for the UK people. Then
I'm saying a lot of these people are classless. A lot of these people are classless. That's what I was going to say earlier. We were talking about something else, and I wanted to say, I think it was the dads of children thing. Like, you lot lack class is the thing.
So you lot went on Andrew Schultz.
You got on a plane to Atlanta and you just went and opened your nyash. You just stretched out your nyash and you said, look inside, look. It's what you said. Because what the hell? What the hell?
Inside to your empty brain.
How many of us? We've all gone to America. We know how to behave.
Okay.
What's you not see Yankee? We know how to behave. We know decorum. You don't go there. No. Black women. And you're laughing with Andrew Schultz like a dickhead.
I couldn't
Sure, they call
believe
them
it.
out of London, sent out you.
I couldn't believe it. Like, for me, what was hard to watch about that whole like back and forth between them was the response when Andrew Schultz like played their response, and then he listen, the mockery was crazy, and then he was like, oh, so this was bad. What about all the other stuff you asked us to take out? And I said, yes, to Christ.
I know.
I said, release the tapes.
I said,
release the tapes. I want to see what they thought was bad enough to cut out, but this.
You left in.
James, you bitch, you threw your head back. Another man was cracking a joke and your head went back. To laugh. You classless bitch. Like, that's how you wanted to laugh.
Motherfucker.
He let me down because every time he would be. Now, I don't listen. I've never listened to a single episode of their podcast, and I started hearing such bad things about them. So I just left it as that. But whenever I would see little clips on TikTok and then he'd be laughing and his little tattoos, I'm like, oh,
his little tattoos.
Yes. Yes. But then I saw that, I said, you threw your head back.
You threw your head back.
At another man's joke.
You're insecure about your position in life.
It was belly laugh.
He made a joke about black women. Not even a joke. It was an attack on black women. And you went, your head went back 3 times. You took it back 3 times. There was a lever. You went, cut.
But it made sense considering what they said. Considering what they said in the iPod.
They did both laugh.
They did both laugh.
No, they did, but my issue was more with James.
Because he was the flavour of the month.
Yes, I thought he was the cuter one.
I feel it.
So where are we at with Shits and Gigs? They've gone to Australia, they've done their thing.
Yeah,
What
they're doing an Australian tour now.
At the moment doing a
Well, that's
tour.
the right country
I
for
hope
them,
the kangaroo kicks them in the face. Because
or one of them big turkeys that walk on the road.
Because how dare you? Black women are going through so much already. Why do you not want to keep making us the butt of your jokes? And the thing is, I I felt like their thing was thinly laced, thinly veiled for so long as well. Like I'd see certain clips and I'd be like, you lot are a bit violent towards women, innit? Like, I would see it, but I thought now somebody will come and say Kelechi's talking again. So I just kept my mouth shut, kept it moving.
That's exactly what I thought. Because for me, this was just the icing on the cake. Because you lot have been saying shit and giggling. I said it, then I'm saying it now. You're talking about the black women that I went to school with were hideous.
Imagine.
You're using them type of strong words.
Hideous.
Someone's saying
James.
that, oh, well,
Fuad didn't have that about James.
Fuad said, though, he said that, oh, I dated this white girl and she wanted to be black. Like, why would you want to be black? Like that. I'm paraphrasing.
Wow.
Like, basically stuff like that. You're like, what's wrong with you two?
And the thing is, people like them because they would just laugh at nonsensical things. And I remember a guy I know really not liking them, and I wasn't paying much attention to them at that time. And I was like, why do you have a problem with black men having joy? They're just laughing. They seem perfectly like harmless. And then I started seeing more of the videos because you know the phones be listening to us. So they started showing me more videos. Even the algorithm knew that there was a problem. Because I said that to him, I was like, I don't think they're that much of a problem. TikTok was like,
I will show you.
Do you know? Do you know what it was for me? Like, what it was for me was, the first thing was when I saw a clip about James talking about Supercell.
I was just going to say that.
was the
Supercell, I love Supercell.
Yeah.
I thought it was probably one of the best things to happen to British culture this year. And in the clip that I saw is, I'm not watching it because it's the blacks that said that.
The blacks.
And then
he said that
because I do listen to their show like regularly, I thought, I don't like that, but let me listen. Let me do my due diligence. Let me listen. And then when that conversation started, I was thinking, oh, okay, wasn't that bad? And then it got to a part I said, why the hell did you say that? Why did you do that? And the thing is, what he was saying, because it's a black guy from South London that made it, so all the black people are going to watch it and be
That's what he said.
And hold on, why should we not?
Why should we not?
He said until others
also the white
praise it, he's not going to take it seriously.
Is his mum white?
Yeah.
That's what he said.
No, you know what? I actually think that James's mum is black.
Oh, God.
And it's his dad that's white.
Really?
Yeah, because he's half Trini.
Yeah, I think he has that. You know what the thing is, though? It's like when we first met them, we did a podcast show and they were there.
Yeah.
We all caught a vibe from James.
Yes,
like,
we did.
He gave us that vibe straight away. He's
not very tall, is he?
He's average. He's tallish.
What's wrong with tallish? Is he 5'8"?
I would say he's probably about 5'11".
He's average.
He's not James. 5'11" where?
Yeah,
No, he's not 5'11".
He's not 5'11".
No, he's not 5'11".
Look at his limbs. He's not 5'11".
Shit.
Okay. I wouldn't say he was short. I wouldn't say he was a short guy.
He runs banter like a guy that's below 5'10". Is what I'm saying. He runs banter like a man that's below 5'10".
We gotta go.
I didn't get short king from him.
Okay.
I did get don't like black girls.
Yeah, definitely. He didn't want to chat to us.
He seemed very open and was chatting with us. But James, I was like, okay, I see a vibe from
But he was the one that was really trying to give the explanation in it after the Andrew Schultz thing. He was talking. He was like, oh, you know, when you just freeze in the moment. And you're a dinosaur.
But you know the origin story. No, but then you know the origin story of Chicks and Gigs is that James is the one that really wanted to do this podcast.
Yeah.
He had the idea. He wanted to do it. Fu had his best friend. He was like, listen, I've got this idea. It can really take off. And at the time, he's like, he didn't really know what he was doing career-wise. And then Fuhad eventually said, all right, bro, I'll do it with you. And this is where they are now. So that's why he really is like the mouthpiece.
This is why you should never listen to your friends, man.
Not really. But they
never
were
listen to your friends.
Just in that mix, when we did the Enemy of Progress with Shits and Gigs, I was like, ain't Shits and Gigs, you know? It's Andrew motherfucking Schultz.
It's Andrew Schultz.
And he's been on a big journey from the Drake. We big up Kendrick. No big up to Drake. In the whole conversation and the whole thing, Andrew Schultz was the puppet master. I've not liked Andrew Schultz from day one. At this point, not question of like, his argument about being a comedian, being able to say anything he wants because comedians, I really do get it on the latest episode that he did with Brilliant Idiots with Charlamagne. I get it. But how do you guys feel about Andrew Schultz? Because when it came to Shits and Gigs, I felt he was a manipulative puppet master.
But
in it.
I don't think
At the end of
I
the
just
day,
feel like
he is a white racist and hasn't stopped being a white racist. Same as Ricky Gervais. They do things and they know that they can get away with it. They'll say the N-word, they'll do whatever because they know that they can get away with it. My thing is, this is why I said that you're classless, because you know that this is how these people roll and you still wanted to go on there. Yeah. Whether he's a puppet master or not, you presented yourself as the puppet for him to attach strings to. So that's your fucking problem. You know, let the white racists make their little white racist jokes on their little podcast and whatever demons want to laugh with them, that's their problem. But you really went on there and disgraced yourself. It's like if we knew that there was the equivalent of, for instance, even though she's kind of tried to change her ways since swallowing black semen, Chelsea Handler.
She's a bitch.
So the thing is,
time for her.
Now, if I had a book to promote and they said, you like banter, go and banter with Chelsea Handler, I would be a classless babe to go and banter with her because I know Sarah Silverman, why would I go and banter with somebody that I know that you're going to spin me in such a way you'll have me fucked up with my people, so I would stay away from it.
It's solely Shits and Gigs' fault.
It's their fault.
And I said it at the time and I say it again. I'm not saying that Andrew Schultz is, excused for any of this behaviour, but my issue is with Shits and Gigs. Because I'm not going on Nutter platform and hearing you chat about my people, and I'm just sitting there and laughing from my belly.
Because what would have been
all the way through my spine.
When he started doing that, they just didn't laugh and they looked at each other. Or at some point they got up. That would have been amazing. But because you lot are, cowards and fame-hungry bitches, that's how you were able to be used in that way. People are lacking integrity in this day and age. People love to talk about Instagram baddies and these girls are this, that, and the other, wanting to slyly call them hoes. But the man, them are the biggest hoes. Look at the places that they keep finding themselves. You lot wanted to pop in America and you wanted to use black women as the fodder, and it blew up in your face.
I think what they definitely knew, for Andrew's, let me give him an excuse on this. He knew these two do not like black women.
He did.
So I can poke fun at black women in front of these guys and they're gonna laugh. And he played on that from jump, because I watched that episode when it first came out, and I was literally like, Andrew was like, why are these two whippersnappers on my podcast?
Didn't you even say that?
He felt affronted that they were there.
And at the time, didn't you say something?
He literally used them to actually put it forward.
Yeah, he did.
Like, you guys don't like black women.
Yeah, he did.
And then when he came back afterwards and was like, and they wanted being jokes removed, but they didn't care about the black women. That's
why he got
That's why Shits and Gigs are the shitheads on this. Because you were affronted by some jokes, but not that. And he played on that. A white man played on it.
No, I was just going to say, for me, it's like, this man really had the audacity to tear apart an apology, because whether they were sincere or not, I can't lie, I'm going to be honest, I don't really know from that video. But then, I don't know. When I saw it, I was pretty much like, all right, this is kind of what you had to do. But then, this man mocked the fuck out.
When he broke down their apology, I said, let yourself.
And when I was watching the clips, I didn't search for it so that I could come up in my algorithms. I watched it on the blogs. Because I didn't want it to come up. I watched it on the blogs, and I was just like, I didn't even find it funny. I was just like, yo, this is so bad. And like, Shits and Gigs have rocketed over the past few years. They had to delete their first 100 episodes. These are episodes that I've watched. And I'm just like, what the hell? And even for me, I had to think, wait, because it's a podcast, like when I'm listening to podcasts, I might be cleaning, I might be driving. Sometimes my mind might not even be there. And even for me, as someone that consumes their content, I was thinking, oh my God, how much of this went over my head? So I feel positioned in a type of way. As much as I really do enjoy what they do, and I've always bigged them up, I've spoken about them on other shows, but then now it repositions me, because I'm just like, oh, have I bigged up the wrong thing, the wrong platform? But then if they're sorry, we just have to see that play out.
Well, let's see.
I don't think that they're sorry.
The kangaroos get to them.
Speaking on deleting content, before we get into the last bit of the show, Diddy, is your playlist deleted, or is he...
Papa did a pop.
Oh, Diddy do it?
Enemy of the... Is he enemy of the...
Diddy done that.
Is Diddy the enemy of all enemies for 2024?
That's a fair
one. Fuad and James should have done.
Is Diddy
that's
enemy
fair.
of progress of 2024?
Quickly.
Quickly.
Is he the king?
Yes.
Is he the
I
king?
can't do it. I'm sorry, Diddy. Like, you guilty as fuck. Sorry.
Diddy did that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Clutch.
Yeah.
He did, innit?
Yeah.
He is the king.
Has he fucked up our soundtrack?
No,
Right, no.
We'll find ways around that.
No, because there's too much. Yeah, you said it beautifully. When you came to our live show, you said it beautifully. You said, I'm not going to stop listening to that shit. What should happen? All the proceeds from that should go to the victims. And I'm here for you, and I'm here for that.
Yeah.
And because it's true.
Round of applause,
I'm not going to sit here, like, I can sit here and say, I don't listen to R. Kelly's songs. And I've done that for years now. I would say, I'll go as far as to say maybe about a decade. I've not listened to that man's shit, but I'm not going to sit here and say that I'm never going to listen to Diddy. What I'm not going to do is probably listen to his own content.
Yeah. Which weren't great in the first place.
Wasn't great in the first place.
He was just
right. One of those every now and again. Like, I'm not going to listen to him, but I'm never going to sit here and say that my favourite rapper of all time, alive and or dead, is Biggie, and I have to be able to listen to him. Jodeci, he had hands in that. Mary J. Blige,
112,
total
100%.
112. The soundtrack to our 20s. Yeah? So I'm never going to sit here and say that. But him personally and all his own shit, he is forever in the bin because he is a violent man.
What do you mean baby oil that was laced with date rape drugs? What do you mean? How many bottles? 1,000 bottles of baby oil that was laced with date rape drugs. What are we thinking could be, what could that possibly be used for? That means that it was a whole network. It was a whole industry that we were running.
Listen, wait, because we're talking about, wait.
TD
As people are coming in, as people are coming in to your events, you're making them sign an NDA and drink something as they're coming into your events.
All right, guys,
come on.
Look, so Diddy might be the king of Enemy of Progress for 2024. We're going to do something special this
Harlem Shake to jail.
We just need to headlines: problematic white women speaking on black issues, in the bin. Richard Gadd, the creator of Baby Reindeer and Netflix, possibly in the bin. Problematic celebrity parents, in the bin. Women beefing, possibly in the bin. Candace Owens, in the bin. British Press, in the bin. OJ for not confessing to the murder before he passed.
Well, we don't know if he did or not.
He died like 6 months ago.
They had to sign an NDA.
The royal family, the British royal family.
In the bin.
Oh yeah, where's Kate?
All day,
where is
every
Kate?
day.
The royal family
Even now.
in the bin.
Even now, Andrew's in the bin.
Kate is back. Kate is also in the bin.
She's
in the bin.
Literally, you can't say you have cancer and it was just like cancerous cells that they could remove. Like, you can't say that shit. Kate is in the bin as well.
There's people suffering.
Propaganda.
Malfunctioning white men in positions of power. Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, Mark Zuckerberg.
In the bin.
Andrew.
Especially because Meta put money towards Trump's campaign, innit?
Wait. And he's putting money to Nigel Farage's as well.
Yeah.
What's Nigel Farage doing?
Reform Party.
Nigel Farage.
Wasn't he making gin? He needs to pick a struggle.
In
the bin.
Donald
always in the bin.
In the boiler.
You know what? I mean, I hate that I'm always like Trump.
That's what she doesn't know.
Saviour. But Donald Trump has decided to go back on his war against Twitter and is like, actually, I kind of like TikTok. I kind of like TikTok. So TikTok
hold on a minute.
may be banned. It may not be banned.
No.
We can't talk about it. We've got no time.
Mate.
We can't.
It will be banned. They just want to buy it.
Available. She's at a dance party with Beyonce. That is when he won the election. Because this is the thing. You cannot run against somebody like Trump. You cannot run against somebody like Trump. And remember what I was saying about TUMELO. There are certain people where their level of banter, if you are not ready, they will deal with you. You'll struggle to figure out who the bad guy is.
Because you can't.
She's always
Dance party with a...
He is in the bin.
Also, let me find. Sorry, I've got to end on this note.
Go on.
Reagan.
Who?
Reagan, the Australian non-breakdancer. Reagan, you've been on a Karen journey of, oh, don't come at me. You fucked the shit. You disrespected the legacy of breakdancing at this year's Olympics.
That's what you're trying to end on.
That's the ending.
Like, no,
I repeat that.
All right, fine. find something
What else
else.
you want? I mean, we got the female HMP prison officer who's filmed herself having sex.
In the bin.
In the bin.
So much happened this year, you
A
know.
lot
It went
happened.
too quickly.
That was
Nicki Minaj and flipping
Meg Thee
Megan
Stallion.
Thee Stallion.
Sorry,
In
man.
the bin.
In the
Justice
bin.
for Meg
Beef
always.
in the
Always.
bin.
Yes.
Justice
Meg,
for
my
Meg.
baby.
Justice for
Well,
Meg
Justice
always.
for Meg.
Gwyneth
Hot
Paltrow
girl.
for saying white women need to love themselves the way black
in
women
the
love
bin.
themselves. Drew Barrymore for Mama Love.
Shouldn't she keep
In the
making
bin.
candles off her palm and mind her business?
Amen.
Oh, shit.
Amen. Amen.
In the
Whatever
bin.
patchouli pom pom she's working with, she needs to
Alright.
focus on that.
Guys.
And her patchouli pom pom candles. Like,
Go on.
focus on
Oh,
candles.
sorry. Sarah
Focus.
Garvey.
Oh, wait. I know who we can end on. Drake.
Okay.
In the bin with
Yeah.
your suing ass.
Yes.
In the bin.
That's some ho shit.
I will share
shit.
with you guys a highlight from her year. Sarah Garvey, who used to be the sidekick to Just Pearly Things,
witch.
he decided he wanted to either come on the Aunties or I go on his platform to have a debate with him and Mark Cuban. And instead of just sliding in my DMs like other people would do, man got a friend of the family's number, called up Mark called up my husband. My husband then had to speak to Sarah Garvey. Sarah Garvey then was speaking to my husband while I am in the living room to be like, so I wanted to get your permission if I can speak to your wife to see if I can come on her podcast or she can come on mine.
Like
In
she-
the bin.
That's so disingenuous.
She's
Like,
a kept
In
Fran,
the
Oh
bin.
my
Like she's a
God.
handmaid.
he knew what he was doing by that.
the bin.
He knew what he was doing. You know what? Yeah, fuck
You
that
don't want
dude.
her
To be honest, fuck
her
him.
to be around.
Because
Fake,
he's just
fake
being
respect
stupid.
of the man
like,
business.
Telling you an
Exactly.
alpha male. Shut up.
In the
Alpha.
bin.
You are not
I don't even know. Again, I don't know who this is. I don't
The
know who
thing
this
is, though,
Sarah
you don't
Garvey
need
is.
to-
Girl, don't worry. You ain't losing those jobs.
didn't-
You don't know who he
you
is.
didn't even-
He's asleep.
Watch the pod.
Imagine.
In the bin.
All right, guys.
2024,
Wait,
you know.
before we go,
asking husbands
Wait,
questions.
go on.
Before I want to crack the crackers.
I want to finish. We got to do a
Come
special
on.
thing with the Kelechi as well.
We're gonna do that. Let's do this
All
first.
right, wait,
Are you
I
ready?
got another body.
Oh, the queen. Is that
No, that's on that side. That's New Year's Eve.
I'm side.
two,
Hold on.
Is it? No,
One,
yeah,
two,
AK
Do
style.
like this. I can't
three,
do that.
Go!
I hit the mic, so sorry guys.
Give me something.
Oh, I got glasses.
Oh wait, is that
I got the fire.
Oh, I got glasses. I said, oh, they gives us glasses.
Yeah.
Say it.
I know, I just got a joke.
Okay, well,
So tell the joke.
I
Tell
didn't
the
even get a
joke.
hat.
Why? Okay.
Come on, honey.
So the joke is, why was the turkey in the pop group?
Why was what?
Because he was the only one with the drumsticks. I love a good cheesy joke.
All right, guys. Go on.
This is wait. This is about legs as well. Which Christmas carol is about an animal with 3 legs? Little wonky.
All right, guys. So look, go on.
What is white and minty?
That sounds like a naughty joke. That sounds like a naughty one.
Why can't Chris? Oh, I've read what they're doing on 306. Oh, is it 305 TikTok?
Oh, what's that?
I don't even know what it
Oh,
is.
don't worry. Why can't Christmas trees knit? Because they lose their needles.
All right, guys. When we had Ms. Kelechi on a while back, and she read us in the nice way.
Yeah.
She gave us a little reading. So because this is coming up to the end of the year, we thought Auntie Kelechi could give us all a reading and help us set our goals for 2025.
Okay.
We got like.
Who's up first? So what are you leaving in 2024 is the question, right? So
What
quick
we
fire
leave- what should
for
we
each
leave in
person.
2024?
Who's going first?
I'll go first.
All right. So what's Farrah?
The trap of my fanny.
Honourable ancestors.
In it.
I said it.
Like literally, like why
you
do I have
need
butterflies?
Sometimes having good pussy gets you nowhere.
Okay.
Anyway.
The drought.
Sometimes having good pussy gets
you
nowhere.
nowhere.
Yeah,
Yeah,
drought. I'm
Because they
ready
said
to,
good,
I'm
good
ready to
pom pom
leave
gal forget
behind.
things, and I'm still waiting for my
Fat
things.
pussy guy forget things.
Right.
I'm like, woo, okay. I missed that train.
And that's a prayer I say all the time. A pom pom fat in my bank account. No, but bank account fat in my pom pom. That's pray for that. Anyway, Farrah, 2024, thinking about how you spend money.
Do you know what? That's so true. I said that. I said, oh, she said that. originally before what I said, what I want to leave behind is my empty bank account. I literally said that.
So you've got the Seven of Pentacles.
Okay.
So you've got Seven of Pentacles, which means that you need to start saving because there are probably things that you'll need to invest in 2025, probably around Taurus season. So you need to save better and more self-care, like looking after yourself. I think you distract yourself, Queen of Cups. You distract yourself with how you kind
fuck off, both of you.
how you prioritize other people. You distract yourself.
I love you. I just got to say that I love you because in what I'm going to do, I said the 2nd of January, I'm going to start looking after myself more. I have said that.
Not the 2nd of January.
No, 2nd. But let's be realistic with my life.
The 1st, then nobody
No, but I did. I literally said that. Both of these things is what I've spoken about.
Yeah. So take better care of yourself. Emotionally as well. So I don't know if it's a therapy situation, but they're saying like you really need to pour into your own cup more because there's this set level of distraction by saying, no, but I'm caring for other people and watching other people and things grow. And then 10 of Wands in reverse, you've got to cut down on your workload.
Oh my gosh.
Like,
if
I could write down all of the things that I would pray for this girl, that would be...
Even I know that about you.
Amen.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Amen. Amen. This girl has
you could do less
for fun.
Yeah, you can do less. You know how you could do less.
Girl. I mean, that's the word.
Literally just the other day. Why are you going to be working?
Yeah.
Are you going to listen?
Who's next?
I'm going to try.
Kelechi has spoken.
Can I go next?
Yes, Nana.
Because literally, I'm so nervous.
Thank you.
What's Nana leaving in 2024?
I love all of those. It's brilliant.
Leaving in 2024. Page of Wands. Ooh, what's that? I'll take the first one. Is that? No, I've got to take both. So Page of Wands.
I had jumpers.
Of Pentacles. What's Nana leaving in 2024? Page of Wands. Something about kind of doubting yourself in terms of new ventures. It feels like there's something that you want to do alone or something that you want to do on your own.
Look at you now.
And you just spoke about it as well today. You spoke about it today.
Go on.
So Page of Wands is saying that you want to venture out on your own in one way, shape or form, but you're not doing it. And then there's this Knight of Pentacles in reverse energy where you're like, oh, but it's the finances or it's the this or it's the that or it's just not quite the right time. So the Knight of Pentacles.
Do you see that, Nance?
Reverse. And,
do you see it, Nance?
You can't. And then it's similar to what I was saying a bit to Farrah. You've got 6 of Cups. Your excuse is like, oh, but the kids need me and I need to do things and I need to do this. And it's just like the kids are absolutely fine. You've got to learn to give to yourself, especially if it's a childhood dream as well. If there is something that you've always wanted to do.
You just said this.
So... and then Queen of Wands, because this is who you really are. So if we look at the comparison of the cards, this is how you're behaving, like the Page of Wands, where she's like just wanting to experience the thing. She's just, I want to try it. I don't know, but they're like, babe, but this is you. You are the Queen of Wands. Like you will absolutely body this. So you need to get on with it. Like it's almost it's an insult to the universe to delay something that you're so passionate about.
The universe.
So get on with it.
Get the fuck
Did you
on
hear
with
that
it.
now? What did you say to me a minute ago? You better listen, innit? You better listen.
Nikki?
Okay.
Go ahead.
Nikki.
I don't feel like it'll get me emotional.
What's Nikki leaving in 2024?
None of this is on point.
So on point. Kelechi's always on point, though.
Literally.
Always.
Queen of Kelechi has spoken. Next one. Go.
She's giving me more gusto.
Go. Farrah's studios opening.
Probably stop trying to change bad guys to good.
Right.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm
Can't turn a hoe into a housewife is what they like to say, Abby.
What did you say to me on a side note? What is it you said? What did you say? Do you remember what you said? Because I heard you. Yeah, I heard you.
So your ones, you've got the Strength card, which is a Leo card, like energy.
I'm a Leo.
Oh, look at that.
God.
23rd of July.
Yeah. So this is showing you this, and look at how this woman is trying to tame that lion, right? You choose these people and you're like, my love can fix them. And the thing is, when we're doing that, because you're serious, I should probably take this off. When we're doing that, your love is a healing love. This is why you're in the profession that you're in. You're such an incredibly giving, empathetic person. You care about things being better, but your love cannot change who people are fundamentally in romantic situations. Let the love that is for you come to you. The love that is for you, you will not have to fight for it. And you're trying to change these people, and so you can't keep breaking your own heart. It's why we've got the Three of Swords.
Listen,
you can't keep breaking your own heart. It's not fair for you. And it seems like maybe the last person or whoever, if there was a third party situation where things weren't really clear and they weren't being particularly transparent with you, that's not fair. Can't be taking all of that. You know, take people at their first word, take people at their first red flag. Don't gather a bouquet of red flags. Because we see the Lovers card here, that somebody who's more aligned to you, more divinely yours, it's loading. You know, what's for you will never pass you by. And this is the Lovers card, is like a Gemini card. Rather than focusing on all of these sort of karmic energies where they actually bring up insecurities in you, where they have you questioning whether you're good enough and that's got to stay in 2024, because 2025, we out here, you know, and we see that. So if you've even thought about children, the Ace of Pentacles is like, you've got to get rid of
this earlier on today. I had this conversation with somebody earlier on today because it was really bothering me.
Your type is not the one to be procreating with. Sometimes we're not dating our types, we're dating a pattern, right? As you know. So they're saying if you can let go and leave in 2024 your pattern of dating and step into what's actually your type, which is, if we're talking about your type, somebody who's empathetic, who's generous in the way that you are, who's a go-getter, who's thinking about financial stability, who's persevering in their career, that is your type, but you're dating your pattern. Right, and they say if you can switch that out, then having a child is no issue. Like that you don't have a problem there. So that's your thing. Let me stop yapping. Chatting your business.
See you, yeah.
Listen, I chat my business for the whole internet, boy. You need your one. Oh, thanks.
Come on.
Queer, what's yeah.
She's on point, you know, always.
Leave behind in 2024.
I just whispered that to you.
That's why I said, what did you say?
She always hits me.
So good.
Oh my word. Okay. So somehow I have to meditate on this.
Yeah, tonight I'm gonna because it's so funny. It's on point. It's so on point.
In 2024, Spirit, what's about 2024? Leave behind bad contracts. Some of the so you've got the Justice card, which is a Libra energy card in reverse, right? Fairness. Some of the things that you're involved in, collaborations, they're imbalanced, and you can't keep being the one who is doing a lot of the heavy lifting, and so you might want to consider. Wow. Getting in her face. 2024, you've got to. It's not fair on you. You keep wanting to, you know, you can, what did they say? You can take the horse to water, but you can't force it to drink. You are the kind of person, you want to bring everybody in, or somebody brings an opportunity to you and you're just like, I can make this work. I can make this work. But it's severely imbalanced. It's not fair. So you are just going to have to dead certain collaborations, certain contracts, that leave them in 2024. None of this are, guys, but I'm going to do it because let's think big picture down the line. Again, it's been very, very audacious to Spirit to, I pray we all have long lives, right? Which we will. But to keep thinking that I'm going to fix that down the line. Fix it now, and then you're not fixing anything down the line. The imbalance is playing with you, and we see that a big opportunity is coming for you.
Amen.
Wheel of Fortune, what are you saying? Oh, what's that timeline? What's that timeline, Spirit? What's that timeline? So I see the number 10. So it's not... So in the next 10 weeks, like a good opportunity is going to come for you. You need to sort this out, this whole bad kind of or imbalanced contract situation. you should be ready to charge ahead, to go after the thing. And it'll probably catch you by surprise, whatever it is anyway, that's being offered to you. But the only way it's going to work out is if you actually negotiate like you're worth something.
Mate.
You know, no more, I'm doing it for the grind, I'm doing it for the craft, I'm doing it for the love, I'm doing it for the culture. Get paid what you're worth. Like, do things properly the first time. 2025 is about doing things properly the first time. You got the same card as Farrah. You really need to start pouring into yourself a lot more. You know, you can't keep hiding behind work. You've got to take some time really with you. Yeah? You
don't even understand how on point that is.
Wow.
Did you hear? What was you saying to us? Did you hear?
A level.
Did you hear?
Wow.
Are you listening? I love you.
Like
no, but wait. I love you
over
deep.
the last 24 hours, this has been the conversation.
It's wild.
Wow.
It's
and
wild.
The same things you read from me, like literally earlier on today, I was at work, I was coming back, I went to go see a young person, called my cousin about somebody in my life, and I just sat in my car and cried. I said, this person doesn't make me feel happy anymore, and I feel like this person does. And then the conversation left off was like, listen, I gotta go back to work, so like I can't even think of this right now. So I've just sort of parked it and left it. And then
nothing gets parked with spirits.
What did you whisper in my ear?
I literally.
What did you whisper in my ear?
I can't remember what was said before again. Something about leaving behind.
We were talking about leaving behind.
Yeah, leaving behind. And I went my boyfriend.
She said my boyfriend. That's what she whispered. Kelechi.
By the time you not see this, is
Kelechi.
Ding dong.
I just got like,
yeah.
Wow.
I just love you, and like, no, I really, really love you, because some people do readings and they just chat fucking shit.
Yeah. And you can tell,
and you can tell.
Yeah.
But you see, it's the spiritual thing. It is. Thank you, bless you. Seriously.
My pleasure.
That you did it. And so this is where it's like, it's not faff, because every single word you said, I don't even know your business, Nikki, but your reaction told me that this was real. It's just wild. Can you tell the people how they
too can experience this?
For real, for fun.
It's on my website, KelechiOkafor.com. And so you can get like a one question tarot reading, because sometimes all people want is just one question. You know, you ask one question, I send you a voice note back, kind of like that 4 minutes, and just give you the answer. Or pendulum reading, if it's a yes or no thing that you just want to know yes or no, I can tell you that. Or if it's like a 45-minute conversation via Zoom, there's that. And now I've started doing in-person readings as well, so people can come through, so we can do a whole ceremony, cleansing ceremony, mini is very short, smoke ceremony, and then sit down and then get into the reading in person. And I like that. When I'm reading for people in person, it's quicker, I'm much quicker to pick up what the message is, as opposed to virtual is fine, but I really like being able to read people in person.
Energies.
Because you're just right there with them, right? And virtual still works, but there's something about being in person that really changes things. But ultimately, all I want for all of us, the reason I do the readings and I'm so willing to do them, and I've always got a deck of cards on me when I'm out and about, etc., is because I want us to feel liberation. You know, messages are always waiting for us to notice them. Like, God speaks to us in so many different ways. We just have to be willing to hear it. So the fact that I just had my cards today and we weren't even gonna, it wasn't in our list of things. But I love it. I love it. I want everybody. It's the kind of like what we said about that zombie thing earlier. I so desperately want us all to be free. I so desperately want us to be living our best lives. But that only happens if we're honest with ourselves. So even for me, I think one of the biggest things this year is, as much as social commentary and cultural commentary, I'm good at it. It's what I do. I'm seeing more that I'm being veered towards a more spiritual path and mixing that spiritual with the political. So it's just like what that looks like 2025 onwards, who knows? But as long as every person I speak to, I leave them with a sense of hope and clarity about what they're doing in life, then I feel like I'm good. You know?
So that's your thing for 2025?
Yeah. Just bringing more clarity.
So repeat where we can find you.
KelechiOkafor.com. That's where I be at.
Miss So Nicky, my sweet sis.
Sweet
You've had a word, you've had fun, you've been...
Oh, Lord. Listen, I told you I'm going to Brekete when I get home.
Let's just big up some of your achievements for the year. Come on, tell us what you've been doing this year, girl.
Yeah.
Because you've been doing some big things.
Because I don't think I spoke about this the last time. So I think the first time that I came on this show, I was training to be a systemic practitioner, going into family therapy. So I finished my first course.
Yes, you did.
I finished. Now I'm on my way to my MSc. So hopefully in the new year. So in the new year, I'm really hoping I get a chance to. I'm going to do my MSc. Of course, guys. Listen, guys. Depression, kick it out.
Yes.
My podcast is back. So Nicky podcast.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm just great, guys. The YouTube thing, please. I'm begging for people to subscribe. Please, guys, I'm begging. I'm not on my knees, but I'm begging. We've got to start from somewhere. Like I like all the things that I've done before, but then, guys, my own platform means a lot to me. So Nicky podcast on Instagram and YouTube. Follow me on Instagram. So Nicky _.
Beautiful.
All right. Wonderful.
Thank you guys.
Thank you for having us.
Gracing us.
No, thank you so much.
Thank you. Of the year.
What a way to go out, man.
That was a mother effing show.
That was a mother
show. You guys have got hours of content.
Yes.
We've got overtime.
I don't want to hear nothing.
You're not satiated for Christmas.
You guys can even take a week off.
Listen,
and
we will be.
I don't know what a week off is for you lot, to be honest.
That is our intention.
Stuff.
Our intention.
We might do a little cheeky live, who knows? But at the end of the day, we are on a break.
Yes.
Guys, Farrah, anything to sign off with for yourself personally? Where can they follow you? Where can they find you?
Oh, follow me. Far Force, man. Because by the force of Farrah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I love it. All right, so you know what? In the spirit of what Kelechi has said, I will be starting a new podcast with my bestie. I will be starting this podcast. It's called The Queenagers. This is years ago. If you guys were at a live, I mentioned the term The Queenagers. This resonates with me. And me and Sharona will be doing that, and we'll probably be going live like twice a week. I will also be picking up a new podcast with my husband as well. Because you guys have asked for that.
Listen, when I tell you, I'm so gassed for this.
And then to round it all off with a nice little bow, truly in the spirit of what you said, because I've been sitting on this and I didn't even want to do it, so I have to close my eyes to say it. I will have my own show that is going to be called What Say Ye? And if you follow, this is what I end on, and it's going to be like points of view, and it's going to be me, myself,
Look
and
at this shit, man.
going through comments, which I love. I love going through comments, and I will be going through what people are putting in the comments and giving my commentary on it.
Amazing.
And I will
say,
do it.
About fucking time.
About fucking time.
I love it.
I can't even sit on it. So that is going to be 3 new shows that I will be doing.
Wow.
But I still want to do a show with you for TBB as well. So yeah, I'm out here doing content.
Good, beautiful stuff.
Good.
Beautiful stuff.
British Blackness will be thriving and keeping alive.
Amen.
In 2025, we'll be getting bigger and better. There is stuff.
Oh, I have got stuff to say. I
Shit, God damn it.
Listen, I can't believe that you said that, because I have been talking to her about that. It's so spot on, and for the moment as well.
Wow.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
New things coming in 2025. I can't speak about it. It is what it is.
Yeah.
But it's coming. Just watch this space.
And all of the bits, putting yourself first, knowing that you are worthy of it.
All of that.
All of
questioning
that is
yourself.
so spot on.
All of that.
The Circle podcast.
Yeah.
I just could never will continue.
Amen.
More things, more shows, more productions.
Oh, I suppose I have got stuff to say.
You go on. Add up your little list, please.
Okay, so basically, my day job, I'm a head of client services at Garden Studios, darling. And basically what we're trying to do is get the youth involved. So we have a organisation called The Hive. It's part of Garden Studios. Right. And if you are up and coming artist and you want a safe space to do stuff and to network, we've got the Mama Youth organisation. They are there as well. Please hit me up. You can come, you can experience the place, you can network, you can learn how to use platforms like this to your ability. Please come and join us, because we are about that community side.
Love that.
Yeah, man. So guys, that is our end of year show.
That's it, man.
Keep safe and enemy free. Lots of love, big hugs, good vibes. Merry Christmas from your favourite
Auntie.
Bye, guys.
Bye now.